now we are. Okay, let's see. And Rumble. Connecting. Here we go. So, let's check the sound. Instagram is live. So, before we proceed, I'm going to jump in and make sure the sound is good. So, keep talking.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Going live with my girl Max West on Rumble and a million other platforms tonight on this Wednesday evening.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Beautiful.
Okay, everyone on Instagram, go to Rumble or anywhere else. As you can see, I have a guest, so you're not going to see us if you are on Instagram. Live screen, full screen live is on Rumble, YouTube, X, Facebook, or Kick. Actually, you can go to either of them, even though it will be convenient to have everybody in the same place, obviously. So,
You know who I met today?
Who did you meet?
Ari Mnemonic.
Oh, like actually met her?
Well, through Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yes.
And then I come to find out that she did that beautiful piece for you.
Yeah.
God, she's talented.
I know.
And a singer.
Yes, and yogi. She does yoga. And she's also, actually, since we're talking about her, let me pull up her cancer story. Because she has a cancer story that's pretty incredible. And I want to bring her back. She's actually...
She's amazing.
I'm going to share my screen. This is actually her.
Dealing with cancer aftermath. You have got to stop scrolling right now and check out this video. Save it and share it with everybody you love.
Oh, it's not endometriosis, it's ovarian cancer.
Are you cancer free?
Yes, now cancer free. I was dealing with all the side effects of it. So I'll be in a conversation with you and I'll just piss myself. There'll be no warning that it's going to happen. The bladder just kind of does its thing. Since taking the Acemannan, that hasn't happened. I haven't woke up to that happening either. That's an embarrassing thing. I don't tell many people, like, wow, it's been a few months and it hasn't happened once. Like, sleep too. I've always hated the transition of waking up, like, from sleep to awake. I would indulge in coffee before, like, almost unnecessarily. Like, it would even help me poop. Like, since my surgery, like, my bladder and bowels are fucked up. Since the Acemannan, I can poop regularly. I've got plenty of energy. I can wake up and not be groggy. That transition is amazing. I'll actually talk to you in the morning and not tell you to fuck off. Maybe I only have, like, a cup of coffee a month, like, just one, which is astounding. It's helped with my mood. Just the amount of energy I have too is why I felt like it was an uphill battle where it couldn't be explained, where it's like, okay, am I down because of my PTSD? Is this related to the cancer? Well, they think it's the HRT, but no one can give me definite answers. Since taking the Acemannan, I've only been taking it for like 3 months now, you know.
Thank you for sticking through for actually 3 months, because there are a lot of people that do it for 30 days and they're like, I didn't feel anything. And they're like, this is not working.
There were even things that were happening that I didn't realize because I was focusing on the things that I noticed had changed. Like, okay, I noticed my mood and my energy and me not peeing the bed. I didn't even really notice that my knees weren't bothering me anymore when I was doing yoga, and I could really put pressure on positions like that and not avoid those poses. I have trigger finger, but it's in my thumb, so my finger will get locked up at points. Since the Acemannan, my finger is not locking up. I'll start doing like pole dancing again to build some muscle, and I couldn't do it because of my grip with my hand. I couldn't lift my own body weight. Like, even getting into like crow pose and stuff in yoga, I was like, man, I'm gonna injure myself worse trying to force it. But taking the Acemannan, it's not bothering me. I can actually do it, and I'm like, oh wow, look, there's something else I can work into my routine.
It's not the Acemannan that does all of these things. All it does is turn on your immune system, so now your body's doing it to itself. Do you know?
This was actually a great intro because we're talking about hormones today, and that was because of what she was dealing with her ovarian cancer. I know they were pushing hard on synthetic hormones for her. That was something we talked about in that. That was a longer episode, obviously, but that was something they wanted, and I was so excited. Like when she was telling me, I mean, it's also something that I think that, I mean, it's very brave of her to share this. The fact that you're a grown person, and because of people not treating you properly, doctor not treating you properly, now you have to pee yourself every day, you know? It's crazy.
That's the industry, unfortunately, but you're doing something about it. A lot of people are doing something about it. And I think people are sick and tired of big pharma and the whole system. The entire system from A to Z is a fucking deception.
Yeah.
And people are waking up and they are fucking sick of this shit and they're taking control of their health. And unless my guts are ripped out and someone needs to put my intestines back in my stomach, don't take me to the fucking hospital.
Yo, that's actually, I don't even know if I should share this. So I think I told you, it's a funny but kind of disturbing story. So I had somebody live in my house, right? A tenant. I own a house. This person's been perfect, you know, always paid on time, always responsive, blah, 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 blah. Fast forward, okay, so I know that he was dealing with some medical stuff, and he had I think a kidney transplant in the past that has been failing, and you know, a lot of shit going on. So basically, fast forward, he stopped responding to me, and he ended up not paying for shit in the end. And then I got one quick answer where it said that he needed another surgery, and you know, people were like, oh, maybe this, you know, he's trying to screw you over and whatnot. And I said, you know what? I don't actually think so, because I know this person's from the past. I know he had medical conditions, and he also looked into the Acemannan, but he never actually ended up starting it. Even though this is a very, very, very brilliant person, let's just say. And when I told him about Acemannan, he took 3 entire days to read all the research he could possibly find. And he's actually the one who came to me and said, do you know that you guys are the only company in the entire world that has a live Acemannan in your product, and everyone else has freeze-dried? And I was like, I didn't even know that. But now I know. So, I mean, like, he definitely did his research, ended up not doing it either way. And he told me something happened with his intestines, and they were basically collapsing. And fast forward, like, it's been a while now. He hasn't paid for a month, and I was like, I need to get into the house, right? My cleaning lady went into the house the other day. It looked like somebody literally exploded in there.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know what I was looking at, but maybe his intestines exploded.
Oh shit! Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
Is he dead?
No, he's not there. He probably went to have the surgery, I would assume, but maybe he was really sick before. It was,
my God,
fucking nasty.
So
and
what
like,
happens
I feel bad
next?
for him, but I also, at this point, I don't give a fuck, because I've been telling him for a month to find somebody to communicate for him. I said, if you're sick, you need to have somebody else talk, because you can't just not pay. Because I'm sorry, but now it's been a month, and fuck you.
Yeah, for
And,
real.
I mean,
That sucks.
he's lived in my apartment for like since July last year. I've been trying to get him on Acemannan since then.
People don't get on this stuff, they're missing out.
If
And
you
I've
get
always
your
been
intestines explode, and I've been telling you about this, I'm sorry, I can't feel bad for you.
well, I've always, you know, people hear multi-level marketing and they're like, no, thank you. And, you know, I was exposed to a lot of different MLM organizations. And so initially,
talk about that afterwards.
Well, network marketing, you know,
It's called.
And when you initially suggested it to me, I you know, I had that reaction like, oh, network marketing. But I respect you, and I think you're a badass, and you're a professional athlete. So I was like, all right, this chick knows what she's talking about. So I signed up, I got it, and it changed my fucking life. I mean, we did the episode where we talked about, you know, your hair has come back. You don't wear hair extensions. My hair stopped falling out. And this is 3 years, 4 years before I got on testosterone replacement. So it's not steroid related hair loss. The last time I did an actual cycle in bodybuilding was 2003. My hair just started falling out when I was 44 or 45. And I thought I was going to be shaving my head. So not anymore. Not anymore. It's crazy. And that's only one of the things. I was telling you before we went live, I go to sleep at 10, 11 midnight, get up at 4 or 5 every day, no alarm, ready to go, get on the vibration plate, stretch out, do my breath work, do my stretching, start my day, walk the dog, make my coffee, hit the gym, do my work, you know, take care of shit around the house, like network with all the podcasters. I go all day. There are no drops in my energy levels at all. My digestion is perfect. My sleep is perfect. My sex drive feels like I'm 25. My performance in the gym feels like I'm 25. What's that?
I said, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Well, yeah. I mean, sexual dysfunction, I mean, that ties into, you know, digestive dysfunction, insomnia, high cortisol, adrenal cortisol dysfunction,
Let me just
circadian rhythm dysfunction.
disturbance. Is it just me? Can you hear
What
it?
now?
I hear a little bit of a disturbance. No, it sounds good. It just sounds like a little, I don't know, crusty in the microphone somehow. But maybe it's just
Mine or yours?
when you talk. I don't know where it's coming from though.
Okay, so let me see if I can shut off. I do have some music in the background, so let me just go ahead and pause that,
Might be.
and maybe that will solve the problem.
Yes, I think so.
Testing, mic check, mic check, mic check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Better?
Continue. Mm-hmm.
All right, Captain. No, you tell me where you want to go next.
Well, yeah. So first, I want to address the network marketing in general. So I know people saying, "Oh, is this a pyramid scheme?" Well, first of all, do you know what a scheme is? That's when you literally screw people over. Also, network marketing doesn't have a charity part to it, which we do. That's why it's called Social Business 3.0. And if somebody's curious to know about social business and what it actually is, we have a really good video. Let me see if I can I can probably airdrop it so we can play it. Because social business is we have a product, you and I use it, and then when we use it, we save a child's life and we donate the exact same thing to the children. It's nothing different. They get the same Acemannan as we take, and in return, you know, we're helping them get what they need to be well and alive. And
I have a question for you.
and then we also
What
so
what
every
is our government?
mission
Sorry, Max.
in the world has an affiliate marketing component to it. Everybody gets commission on something. So this is no different. The difference we have though is that we save people's lives when we do it.
My question for you is what is fucked? Well, many things are fucked with our government, but specifically, what is our government doing to prevent this company from donating money and supplements and food and whatever it is that they do to kids in this country? Why is all of the humanitarian work happening outside the country?
Actually, I don't know the details of the specific spots we work with, but I do know that a few years back, our owner got sued by the FDA. And
Of course
if
he did.
somebody actually go in and read the lawsuit, he got sued because back then that's why we are very careful with what we say these days. And for example, which is kind of ridiculous, but we're not allowed to use the word pain when we talk about our products because the medical system owns the word pain. They also own all medical terms. So they got sued in the past for saying that they could help people heal. So we don't heal, treat, or cure anything. All we do is give your body the tools it needs to just do it itself. That's all we do. We don't heal, treat, or cure anything. So I don't know if that is the reason why we don't donate to this country. Maybe it is.
Well, I'll tell you something crazy about the Mormon church. So the Mormon church used to give away millions and millions of dollars worth of food to families in need. And 15 or 20 years ago, the government decided to start taxing nonprofits, churches specifically, on every dollar of food they would donate. So, for example, they have a food drive and they get $200,000 worth of canned food for free from donors. And they want to give that food away to starving families, hungry families, homeless people, homeless veterans, whatever. The Mormon church has to pay sales tax on the value of the food that they donate that was donated to them. So they stopped.
Yeah, of course.
So you got to pay to give away free food now.
I'm hoping hoping that in a very, very near future, you actually come to one of our events so you get to meet everybody, because then you can ask for yourself. And I will be sure that when we go on our trip in February, I will ask this question, because I haven't asked that exact question, but I will, because everybody will be there. And for anyone who joins up and actually come to some of our events, like other events, or the owners are there, Sam and Linda, our formulator, Steve Burns. I actually got the pleasure to meet Santiago Rodriguez, the scientist. He doesn't come to all of our events because I think he's in Puerto Rico or something. We have Renee Hurty there, famous cancer doctor. Like, all of these people are always at all the events. And I can tell you that to get to sit down face to face to talk to these geniuses is the most incredible. I mean, like, people talk about fucking having idols and being starstruck. I can tell you that the day when I met Santiago Rodriguez, it was like, I don't think I have met a more special person in my entire life. Like, fuck Michael Jackson and all that shit. Like, no, like, this is literally, you are sitting next to straight geniuses.
Well, and this is coming from a beautiful woman. This is coming from a beautiful woman who's a professional athlete who used to spend a lot of time with high level rock stars and was in that scene. So that says a lot about these people.
I've never been very much about, like, I used to have idols when I was young, but it was never like that. I was always more about, that's people would say, oh, this band, blah blah blah, and I say, yeah, I like the music. I actually don't even know what they look like, because I don't give a fuck. Like, when I was like 15, I liked Backstreet Boys for a little bit, and then my mom she drove me to a concert, because my mom worked at the concert venue place, so I got free tickets, I think. And I was like, I have heard that you're supposed to tent outside. So me and my friend go there, and we sit outside in the fucking street all day. By the time the concert starts, I'm so fed up with this bullshit that I left the concert. That's how big of a fucking fan I am. I was like, screw this shit. Girls are fucking screaming and pushing each other. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you all. Like, go home and listen to it on the fucking radio. Like,
Yeah, it's hysteria. It's crazy.
shit. And I mean, like, to meet somebody that has truly saved millions of lives, that's cool.
That's a real rock star.
Song. Nothing against musicians, because they're great musicians, but like, this, it's different. It hits different. And I can tell you, when I met Renee Hurty, I begged to her. And this is a true story. We're in the Cayman Islands on this trip, and she's there. And I said, Renee, please, can I be your apprentice? I want to be in the cancer lab with her and see how she figures out new cancers shit, you know? And I was like, please, Renee, let me be your apprentice for a week. She looks at me like this. She's like a smart ass, because they were going to do a stingray trip that day, and I didn't want to go. I ended up doing it, and I kissed the stingray. It was really cool. But I didn't want to go for the trip. And they're like, do you want to go on the stingray trip? We need one more person for the trip. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Renee looks at me. She's like, yeah, you can be my apprentice if you go on the stingray trip. I was like, fuck.
Nice.
So I went on the stingray trip. So
that's awesome.
Standing invite to be an apprentice there in the cancer lab.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'll go to the next one. Hopefully they do something like west of Colorado. That would be nice, so I can drive there.
The main biggest event of the entire year is around April in Dallas. That is the one where people fly in from all over the world. And
okay.
That is the first.
And when is that? When did you say that was?
We don't have the exact dates. Probably around
April. Okay.
Something like that.
All right.
That was the first event I went to last year, and
wait, you said around April?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe end of April. Like, I don't have any details.
I thought you were going to be going down to LA for the WBFF event in April.
If they hit the same weekend, I'm absolutely not.
Yeah, I think that one's April 5th.
Yeah. It depends what the dates are. But last year I went to that Dallas event, and I'd never met a single person then. I hadn't even met Joel back then. That was the first time ever I met Joel. I met him on the way because I stopped here at the MMA gym quick, and then we continued to the event. And I walk into this room, and you'll understand this. Maybe not everybody will understand this, but let's just say that amongst the people that do this, there is a spiritual energy that I can't describe. You just If you know, you know. I walked
Awesome.
into this room and I had goosebumps just telling you this right now. And that moment I knew that was my family. And that day, I didn't believe in God before. I was the one who would, talk to the universe and all this stuff. That day, I spoke to God. And
Who'd you think you were talking to when you were talking to the universe?
I just didn't call it God because I'd never liked to use that because to me, God was in a way related to religion. That's how I felt. I walked into that room and I spoke to God. I know, like, I had the craziest experience of my life, and my visions and meditations those days we were there were more vivid than I've ever had in my whole life. And I went to this event just thinking it's supposed to be like product seminars and stuff. Maybe they're talking about the product or whatever. Like, I didn't really know what it was going to be. And I also met Skunko Phil for the first time. Skunko Phil basically came up to me at the event and asked me to please call his friend who had cancer, whom, by the way, doesn't have cancer anymore now. And I ended up, and because I had just helped this man with bone marrow cancer prior to that. And I was like, I left this event. I didn't even know what to expect out of this event. And I was like, I just wish for anyone who joins up on this, go to one event and it's game over. Like, you will not want to do anything else again. I had a friend who lived in Dallas. She didn't know what it was about, but I hadn't seen her in a long time. And I said, "Hey, girl, I'm actually here in Dallas at an event, and there's one of the evenings I'm allowed to invite guests. Would you like to come so I get to see you?" She's like, "Yeah." Girl, she sat behind me and cried for 3 hours. She had no clue what it was. I just wanted to see her. I mean, it's just, you just have to just be there. It's incredible.
Sounds powerful.
And
Yeah, I'll go to Dallas.
that's usually where it is. And then we all like stay in the same hotel, and it's just awesome.
I'm gonna get me a KOA, girl. I drive. I don't fly.
Oh, I drove too. That was my first. So I was born with scoliosis, so I've always had a lot of back pain. When I was young, I didn't know why, and I just never slept because I liked sleeping on my stomach, and it always hurt, and it was just brutal. And that was my first. I drove 18 hours from Dallas. I actually drove. Wait, I drove from Las Vegas to New Mexico to Dallas to Kansas to Vegas. One of the drives were 18 hours straight. I only stopped to pee and get gas. And I've never done that in my entire life. My knees didn't hurt and my back didn't hurt. That was kind of like one of my big realizations too, because don't even ask me why I decided to drive. But I decided to drive.
Because
And
road trips are awesome.
well, I've never done road trips in my life because I couldn't. Like, if I
Yeah.
would sit in the car for 15 minutes, I would be in so much pain. Like, just driving to the grocery store I am cruise control queen because I can't use if I use my legs to operate the car, like, my knees are screwed. That was
So you won. You got first place in the WBFF. What is it, like, Worlds competition?
yeah.
And was it 2002? You were the winner. No, sorry, 2022, right?
Mm-mm. 23.
2023. But were you on the products and fix your back and all that before that, or your back was fucked up when you won that?
$5,000 a month on rehab people for that competition.
Jesus. So massage and acupuncture and all that shit.
A week. I had one rehab guy that would literally just unfuck me up because I got a herniated disc on that prep and I ruined my knee, and it was a long story. And then I had a Thai stretch guy, and then I had a deep tissue guy. All of these people I saw every week. The stretch guy I saw twice a week sometimes.
That's a lot of maintenance on this machine, isn't it?
It was a lot. And last
Yeah.
year, the entire year, I had one session, and I
Good
used
for
to have
you.
3 or 4 a week.
Yeah, I
But
think that anyone who does not get on this stuff is sleeping on it.
yeah,
I mean,
so
and
I cheated on the products.
I'm so skeptical of supplements from being in the industry because most of it's garbage. But you find something like this, and
Let's untrain something from your mind right now. We don't do supplements.
food technology.
Yes, it doesn't. It doesn't deserve to be called vitamins or supplements.
Yeah. No, this is something completely different.
Yes. So actually, what I told you off the camera before, I'm gonna share, and then I'm gonna dig into the hormones. But we released this core product maybe a month or 2 months ago or something. So for anyone that doesn't know what it is, it has a little bit of Acemannan and Betalains, but it also has fiber, prebiotic, and collagen and some other stuff in it, and it's very good for detoxing, especially heavy metals. So I have probably shared with some people that I was super, super curious about starting this remote viewing astral projection course, meaning that if somebody doesn't know what that means, maybe you guys have heard about the Monroe Institute. They train basically, military people to be able to remote view. And what they use it for, I don't have the facts for that, but they're probably spying on enemies and maybe potentially finding missing kids, which is what they should do, but I'm not so sure about that one. Either way,
Right.
basically remote viewing is when you are in a kind of meditation and you can go places and see things even though you're not actually there. So I've been super into it because I've been on my spiritual journey. I was super into wanting to do this and found this guy. Me and Joel wanted to go to the Monterey Institute for the longest time, but there was just always something that felt off about it because they're training and recruiting people to the government. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that because there's no way they have good intentions with that. So we didn't go, and then we found this guy Alobar, which you guys have probably heard us talk about. That was just, I was introduced by one of my spiritual guardians, and it was just match made in heaven, right? So he has a team of about 30 veterans, and they do it's all just for good of humanity. None of them are getting paid or doing this because they want to, but they're using their powers to do good things, right? To hunt demons and find missing kids and all the good stuff. So I wanted to do this. Alabar tells me prior that it's very good that you are pure and clean and detoxed when you start this to have the best results in the course. And one thing he mentioned was make sure you detox heavy metals. So, long story short, I did a little test a while ago, and unfortunately, it turned out that I had mold in the body, which isn't super cool, but I was aware of it and I'm working on it. But what I think is fucking incredible is I have zero heavy metals, zero chemicals, and zero parasites in my body. I didn't even think that was fucking possible.
How much did you pay for that test, and where did you have it done, and how did they do
I
it?
can send it. It was actually Joel that sent it to me. So it's a girl that he's been following for a very long time online. And actually, I would love to talk to her sometimes. She was one of those people that got really, really sick and basically went down the rabbit hole on learning how to detox yourself. And then she found some lab that does a very in depth test. And it was like, I'm going to say it was around $400.
Is it a blood test?
It's a hair and saliva test. But I'm also
Interesting.
doing a blood test. And because I'm doing this anyway, I'm going to do my inflammatory marker test now too, because I've been on the Betalains for almost a year. And I'm
Nice.
determined to see if I have my inflammatory marker be zero because it's happened before.
Nice.
So I'm going to do the blood test and the inflammatory marker test as well. But I am super stoked to say that I have no heavy metals in my body. So
Well, I've got a Telegram group with 33 people in it,
mm-hmm,
and Snake Turban Head is in that, and
mm-hmm.
Yost and Rob and Colby, and a lot of guys and then a bunch you don't know, podcasters with big followings, and everyone is getting on this.
Oh, I know. And I am so the cool thing is because all of you guys are what I would call my spiritual tribe, right? And I was talking to a girl today, a friend of mine, and I tell people we can say this on my live because I have this kind of following, but if I go out and I talk to the average person on the street about our product, I would say, "Hey, are you dealing with any discomfort or are you, allergies or whatever it is? Well, this will benefit you and you are going to feel better." That might be the conversation with the average person. Well, long story short, like us that are in our spiritual journey and working on meditation and becoming our best selves and maybe understanding a little bit more than just the physical body, it's a whole different conversation. And I was telling my friend, I was like, one thing that we don't even talk about that much is our frequency sprays. We all know that everything is energy and frequency. We have 3 products that are basically made out of frequency. How do you explain that to the average person? You can't. And then also like understanding what all of this do with detoxing and cleansing and like clearing your cells and everything, you are going to have a whole new spiritual fucking experience. And to a person that is on a spiritual journey, it's even more exciting to talk about it, because I was like, just wait and see what you're gonna be able to do when you are using this. Because there's 2 different conversations, and it's gonna benefit everybody. But I just love how all of you guys, and I think maybe that is also why you were willing to actually, you're like, okay, she's talking about this, she seems cool, maybe she talk, and maybe you had heard me talk about other things than just health. And when you talk about other people that are in the spiritual world, like I feel like I'm willing to listen a little bit more to this person because they're understanding things that a lot
Actually, I just saw you walk down the runway in that video, and I was like, this is an angelic being from heaven. I am going to do whatever she tells me.
Oh, okay. Well, that works too. Well,
It was that fucking simple.
maybe it was my healing energy that's
It's the whole package. It's all of it. You just bring such a good energy. So I'm going to follow your lead. And I also approach these conversations like I don't have all the answers, because I don't.
Yeah. Well, nobody has, I think. I think there should be conversations and not so much with. I have always said, for as long as I've been on social media, I've always told people, don't take my word for anything. Literally, I've always said this. I share facts that are facts to me that I have experienced. You're never going to see me sit here and talk about something I have fucking no experience with, because that would be ridiculous. And
Well, yeah, and I'm not going to sell something that I don't use or believe in. And when I was on TikTok, before they took my 250,000 follower account, thank you, TikTok, you motherfuckers. I got hit up by over 2,000 companies from China trying to get me to do affiliate marketing for their fucking garbage products. And
yeah,
of all those companies, I used a few that were okay. I made a bunch of money selling this vitamin D supplement, but that was it. So I'm very, very hesitant to get involved unless I truly believe completely in what I'm doing and what I'm taking and what it's doing for me.
mm-hmm. And you're still, which I'm super excited for all your results, but you're still like kind of touched the tip of the iceberg, because
I
I
know.
think, as at my first 6 months or so, I only used the Immune Limitless, the pure Acemannan and Betalains. That was all I used, and then and then I added in balance for the hormones. And that was kind of it, because there was so many products, and I was like, this is too much. I just asked Joel. I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And I used that, and then getting all my results, I'm like, okay, tell me everything. Like, I don't know what the fuck I just experienced, but now I need to know everything. And so obviously I have dedicated, for anyone who doesn't know, I used to shoot commercials and content and stuff for 23 years. I was the creative director for Shred Supplements back in the days. And it's funny how all this, so AJ Ellis and his wife recently joined up, and I mean, I know them back from the Shreds days. There's a lot of people that used to be a part of that because they were really big back in the days. And I remember when I first started working there, I was kind of new to the fitness world in a way, so I wasn't very much about supplements, but I kind of started using some protein shakes when I worked there, realizing that it completely fucked me up. And I didn't use protein powder for 10 years, up until literally now. I use our Prime shake sometimes. But everyone's like, oh, you've been drinking protein shake. No, I didn't drink protein shakes for 10 years. Like, it fucked me up. Like, so bad.
Was it like the casein or the whey, or what
I
was
don't
it?
even know back then, but I was just,
Well, it could have been fucking sucralose or aspartame, because a lot of
what?
these companies sweeten their shit with
But just
garbage.
to like, not, I don't want, not to defend myself, but when I worked for, so Shreds ran 3 companies. Flavor God, Skinny Bunny Tea, and Shreds. I was responsible for Flavor God, which was an all-natural seasoning. I did all of the graphics and everything, all their advertisement, all of that. And then I did Skinny Bunny Tea, so I didn't actually do Shreds. So I did the other, and Skinny Bunny Tea was just a tea. So that's what I did.
Skinny bunny.
Skinny Bunny Tea. Yeah. So it was one and the same company basically running all of it. And also, now we're gonna share all the big news. So all the big all the big fitness people back then, let's just say that they didn't do anything themselves. We did all of it. So if you think that you were getting coached by a famous fitness person, you were not. You were being coached by us. We were just sitting in the office, basically talking as them. That's
That's
how
so crazy.
things worked back then. And I remember,
I'm sure it
honestly, I
still
think
works
that
like
the
that.
day when I realized how fucked up it was, I arrived at a video shoot with a very famous fitness person. She had like 10 million followers. Her name was like Ariana something. I don't even remember her last name. I showed up, and first of all, I didn't even realize when she showed up. That was the first thing, because she didn't look anything like her content at all. And then, okay, I had done we had like a script of what she was supposed to do. So I go to her and I said, okay, we're going to do lat pull downs. And she looks at me and she's like, what? And I said, yeah, you're going to do lat pull downs. And she's like, what's that?
What?
And I'm like, wait, what? How much are
Did
you
she
gonna
work
pay me?
out?
Fucking moron. Do you know how much money this bitch is making? She doesn't even know what a lat pull down is.
Well, wait, slow down. Did she actually lift weights, or was she just pretty
Yeah,
and had a nice body?
to be completely honest, I'm gonna say it was a lot of surgery. It
Wow.
definitely looked like a fake ass, let's just say.
Oh,
And
fuck.
the waist, maybe tummy tuck type of situation. And definitely fake boobs and a lot of shit to the face.
Yeah, it'd kind of throw off a dude if he goes to grab a chick's ass and there's fucking glute implants in there. I think that's probably a boner killer.
And I say, I don't want to like talk shitty about people, but if you are selling a fucking lie, go fuck yourself. That's
Well, isn't that kind of how the social media world works now in most cases?
yeah, it is. Do you know that I saw and here's the thing, I'm not saying these are facts because I don't know the background to this girl's story and I hope she responds to me. But you know Sean Baker, the carnivore guy?
Yeah.
So he started, and you know, I don't actually follow him, but I see his stuff every now and then, and you know, he has some good shit or whatever. I'm not like a big fan. I don't think everything he says is really that good in my opinion. But either way, he made a post with this Asian girl, and I started following this Asian girl. Um, Actually, let's fucking pull her up. Why shouldn't we?
Why
Um,
not?
yeah. Well, I actually was, but I was a little shocked. It's almost like when I find somebody that I'm like, I kind of like what this person is doing. Let me look into this more. So I started following this girl. She's straight carnivore. I am not straight carnivore, so I don't necessarily agree with everything she said. But I liked the way she was doing her content, and I believe that you can do whatever the fuck diet you want. If you believe that it works for you, it will. Okay? Period. I liked her shit. Doesn't mean I agree with everything she does. But now I gotta figure out what her name was because I forgot her name. But I commented today because she made a post that made me wonder if she maybe got paid to do that. God, am I not gonna be able to find her now?
I feel like all of them get
She
paid to
blocked
do
me.
that.
um,
She blocked you
shit.
already?
Maybe I can find Sean Baker and find her through his page because they've been doing a bunch of shit together. Um, well, mm, I need to find this now. This is a very important post. I should have probably found it. Oh, found her. Okay, cool. Steak and butter gal. Okay, let's pull her up. Steak and butter gal. Let's see. Steak and butter gal. Okay, so just give a little background on this girl. So she was vegan for a very long time, and then she got really, really sick. And long story short, she went complete carnivore and changed her life. And I believe that. I believe she did. But and then I'm looking at her post and I like her content, but then it started popping up maybe like a month ago or something. I saw her make a post about how to follow your carnivore diet when you travel. And long story short, she walked into different fast food places such as McDonald's and bought meat patties. And that was like my first red flag. I was like, wait a
Jesus
second.
Christ.
You walk into McDonald's and buy a meat patty. Well, maybe you should know that that's not actually meat. That if you're carnivore, I don't think you should eat that. So that was like my first red flag. But then I found this today. Let's see which one it was. Oh, yes, found it. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. And then we're going to pull this up. So if everybody...
Grain-finished beef tastes so much better than grass-finished beef. It's not only fattier and more marbled, but it's so tender and beefy, and it saves me money. Am I the only one? Is it just me, or does grain-finished beef taste so much better than grass-finished beef? It's not only fattier and more marbled, but it's so tender and beefy, and it saves me money.
Okay, so if she was in like Europe or something, maybe I would feel differently about this post. But she's in the fucking United States. If anybody doesn't know, there's a fucking law in this country. If somebody doesn't believe me, go fucking look it up. That all grains and wheat and all this shit has to be GMO. If you own a farm, unless you have your tiny ass farm that nobody knows about, you are required to do what the fuck they tell you to do with your shit. Meaning, I am gluten intolerant, but I'm not actually gluten intolerant because I can fucking eat it outside of this country.
I don't even know what to say if someone who's in the fitness space is going to McDonald's to buy fucking meat patties. Like they're just a fucking retard.
Yep. So
Keep
I
it
lost
simple.
all my respect for that girl today.
No, that's fucking retarded. That's
But,
just
well,
absolutely
McDonald's roast
disgusting.
was kind of like shitty, but that one today was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And even you can even see in people's comments, like somebody wrote here, grain finished beef uses GM corn and soybean. It's counterproductive to wanting to eat healthy. And then I wrote, is this a joke? It sounds like you don't even know. I said, it sounds like you don't know what they do to food in this country. It's not actual food. And I advise you to look into the food laws when it comes to grains here. Chronic disease is not real, but it becomes if you don't learn what the big corporations do. And I was like, you're supposed, and she's sharing, I mean, Sean Baker, how many fucking followers does he have? And now they're collaborating on their shit and release like a book together. And now I'm like, what is in your fucking book? What are you trying to make people do?
Eat McDonald's.
Yeah. So now it's like, fuck you all.
You know, it's the best part that I love about fast food is that they found human DNA.
Yeah.
In like multiple different fast food hamburger patties.
I think that's why she looks so much younger now than when she was sick, that girl. Maybe she's eating babies.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, if she's hanging out in Hollywood, she might be.
Yeah. I mean, she became kind of famous. I'm eating some nuts in my copper mug.
Hey, real quick, I got to give a shout out to Cheryl. She's in the room.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Cheryl is badass. Yes.
Yep.
Here before. Oh, I wanted to play this video, and then let's dig into the hormones. But I'm going to play a video about what is social business.
In a world where profit-driven enterprises dominate the business landscape, a new model of doing business has emerged. A model that prioritizes social impact over pure financial gain. Welcome to the era of social business. While the term may be unfamiliar to you, it represents a profoundly innovative approach to solving global challenges. You may have heard of the buy one, give one model before, but it's never been done like this in the health and wellness industry. For every Alovea product purchased, we donate a full month's supply of Hope Boost or Mighty Milk to a child in need. These immune-optimizing products, enriched with our proprietary Acemannan, are at the heart of the Hope movement. Over 7 million children a year die of immune deficiency-related conditions. Our goal? Get to them all. Alovea stands as a pioneer, pushing the boundaries of social business. We encourage our social business partners to build teams and teams of teams to amplify our impact. Together, we create awareness, form sustainable support systems, and fund the distribution of life-saving nutritional technologies, not only to our consumers, but also to the most immunocompromised children around the globe. We firmly believe that business can and should be a force for positive change. At Alovea, we designed our model with the highest payout in our industry, and we give you the freedom to structure your business in a way that aligns most with your values. This ensures both social impact and financial sustainability, making a profound difference in the lives that we touch. Social Business 3.0 embraces the power of entrepreneurship and innovation to tackle the world's most pressing challenges. Together, we're building a future where business becomes a catalyst for transformation, where profits are not the sole measure of success, but rather the driver for social change. Join us in this movement. Let's rewrite the script of business and create a world where compassion drives every decision, where innovation flourishes to overcome obstacles, and where we leave no one behind. Together, we can shape a better, more sustainable future for everyone.
Okay, so that was that. And then on top of that, I also want to show, which I hope that you can do this year, Ben, because last year they do trips every year to meet the kids. So this is me with kids.
As it already is, to be a reason or a symbol of absolute peace, prosperity, abundance, and change. Creating that tribe of people that can actually bring change when they come together.
And that's it. I mean, you don't need the funds. You need the collaboration. You need the love. You need the tribe. You need the community. You need the resonance, right?
Yes.
With that, everything else will be created. Going through the money is an old way.
That little girl, oh wait.
To what it is that you're manifesting. We're not manifesting through space-time anymore. We're going directly into time-space, which is the source of ultimate reality, zero reality. From there, you can create anything you want to. I don't need money for that. Screw the fucking money. Nobody needs it. Without money, there is abundance for all. Right?
Yes,
money creates poverty.
Hey. Okay, mama. Okay. Yeah.
Right?
All right. You want to play that game? All right. Okay. Yeah, all right. I feel like I know what
you're talking.
Finally, at the end of the day, I went up to her several times and asked if she wanted to sit on my shoulders, and she was so shy she wouldn't even respond. And then right at the end of the day, she's coming up and I feel somebody pull me. And then she wants to get up, and then she would not get down. And this girl, like, I have a video like of that clip alone. She is so happy. Like, her laugh when I'm squatting with her is just pure joy. And I'm just thinking, here we are, spoiled motherfuckers over here, and these kids literally have absolutely nothing, and there's just, you go and play with them for a little bit, and you made probably their year. And when I left, kids came up and gave me a kiss on the cheek and said they love me and asked me when I'm going to come back.
I love it.
And I think, as just for anyone who's known me all that, I've never been a kids person. In my entire life, I've never been a kids person, believe it or not. And suddenly one day, I heard Joel on Alex Jones saying he's going to eradicate child malnutrition. And that moment, I knew this is my purpose in life. And I can't even tell you how I knew that. And I never in my entire life thought I was going to work with kids. Because I've never had a desire.
You're a beautiful, caring, nurturing woman, and that's embedded in your DNA to be a nurturer and a protector of children and a lover and being caring. And
I all we care about is kids.
That's good. No, those are the little beings who need it the most in the world right now.
Yeah, and they're just so, because you can help them and they need the help and they appreciate it so much, when they can just feel a little better, or like we go to these places. So these trips, they do incentives every year. So I didn't pay anything. They pay for the trip, they pay for your flight, hotel, food, everything. and they prioritize anyone who's brand new in Alovea, and anyone who's never been on a trip always has the priority. And I was telling somebody today, I said, you could win the trip this year. She's like, oh, no, I can't. You know, I'm not really doing very well. And I said, do you know what? I won that trip right in my beginning. I never in a million years thought I was going to win. But we were only 3 people that had never been on a trip before, meaning I will automatically win one of those spots because they want you to see this. And then right after that, I won a Cayman Islands trip too. Then I actually busted my ass a little harder. But I didn't even know that I could win that. But now I've already been on the trip. So if I want to go again next year, I have to just pay for my trip. You can do that. But as a new person, you always have a priority to be selected to get a paid trip to go meet them. And
I think the most important thing people need to understand is that this stuff is not bullshit. Like,
no.
I thought my fucking life was over when I turned 40, and between 40 and 45 was just such a struggle. Like every single day, dreading getting out of bed and dragging my ass through the day, and all the fucking old man symptoms started to kick in. And, you know, so it's been a process, and you got to put in the work. But, you know, this stuff is like, if you take the time to build a good race car, the Alovea products is a supercharger for your car.
Yeah.
And so I started with the Limitless and the Immune, like you told me, except I take way more than you're supposed to. So I'm still taking 4 to 6 Immune daily, and I take 2 Limitless, and I just got the Vitality, the Balance, and the Core.
There you got your vitamin D.
Yeah. So I'm putting the Core in my coffee. So it's organic French roast I put the Core, I do 5 tablespoons of collagen protein, 1 tablespoon of organic coconut oil, 1 tablespoon of organic grass-fed butter, and some maple syrup. And it's a million times better than any kind of poison drink you can get at Starbucks, and it keeps your energy going all day long. And that's after getting up at 4:30 or between 4:30 and 5:30 daily is when I will rise from the bed with energy, with no achy back or, you know, just ready to go. And I get on the vibration plate, do my breath work, do my stretching, walk the dog when the sun's coming up. Like, it's just every day is fucking beautiful over here. And I'm 48. I'm going to be 48 in a couple months. And I swear to God, the last time I felt this good, I was 25 years old.
I didn't even feel this good when I was 25 because I was born with scoliosis. So all I know is pain. Excuse me.
That's so crazy that you were able to not only compete at the professional level, but win. With all of that against you, that's
person. What can I say? Also,
fucking it's awesome.
One of the reasons that I won is because you understand this. I believe in manifesting things. Or call it whatever you want. But I went my first show ever. So during COVID 2020, I did 2 virtual shows because everything was canceled, and I ended up getting a pro card on a virtual show.
How does a virtual show work?
You're just literally on a live camera, basically.
Really?
They just wanted to do something because everything kept getting canceled. So I won a pro card on the virtual show. So by the time the show started again, which was November 2020, my first show was a pro show. I never did the amateur show on the stage because I already had the pro card. So I arrived at this show and I won a crown on my first show ever. And people are kind of like, who the fuck is this cunt coming in here and fucking winning her first show? But
good for you.
I'm going to tell people why. First of all, I work hard. I always worked hard. I always bust my ass. It doesn't mean though, and I've always, because of I probably had a lot of autoimmune diseases, and I had digestive problems, and I had absorption problems. My thing was, whenever I ate, I shit everything out. My body would literally not take up anything. That's why I looked like I was anorectic for like 10 years of my life. And it wasn't because I didn't eat, and it wasn't because I puked up my food. It was because nothing fucking stick to me.
Are you talking about immediately after eating? Immediately after eating, you have to go to the bathroom?
Eating shit, you know?
You know how many? There's they say there's 42 million Americans that have irritable bowel syndrome like that.
Yeah. so I said, people would think, oh, you're anorectic. No, I don't. Like, I eat so much, I don't know what's wrong. Like, I can't grow any muscle. Nothing is happening. Nothing sticks to me. And I would also, on top of this, do my fucking binge eating cheat meal raids, which, like, I would eat a family size pizza and 24 donuts like there was no tomorrow.
That
Like,
sounds
you know,
good.
that's not good at all. But either way, nothing would stick to me, and I would be so bad. I wanted muscle. I just wanted muscle so bad. I didn't want to be skinny anymore. I wanted to be skinny when I was young, but I was like, I'm fucking 20. I was like 28 at this point. I'm like, I don't want to be fucking skinny. I want some curves. Like, give me an ass, just something, you know? Like, what the fuck? I have no boobs and no ass. Like, something's gonna change here. I was just straight and 28 years old. Like, I
You
look
need to
like
have a couple kids.
I looked like I was 12. But I'm not shaped like that. My mom doesn't have that either, and she had 2 kids. Like, some people are just not shaped that way. You know, I'm a fucking Viking. We don't come that way. So either way, you know, I busted my ass. I ate 3,500 fucking calories a day. And then started obviously going into the farm food, which made a huge difference. Suddenly, like, things kind of started to working a little bit better, because to note point out here, before the Alovea products, I was already fanatic on farm food. I touched no chemicals. I ate no restaurant food for like 3 years, and I mean none. My friends would be like, yeah, she's just boring, you know, she just doesn't eat, that's just what it is. So, like, because I didn't think that was an option for me anymore. And then I started getting into more like, okay, I didn't never wore makeup unless if I had a special occasion for something. And, you know, it was like I didn't fucking do anything. And I got better. I got a lot better, actually. And now to the point where I wouldn't just be hurting 24/7. I would still be hurting at some point every day, but I wouldn't be hurting 24/7. And now I'm realizing, oh shit, if I just stop eating out like ever and just never do anything and just have a boring life, like, I'm not going to be in pain all the time. Not okay. I'm okay with that, you know? I'm fine with that. That's fine. So I was just boring as fuck. Like, I just didn't do anything. And then I moved to the heat because I realized if I live in Florida, I don't have pain as much either. That is also helpful. So I lived in Florida for 6 years, and my pain actually like got way less. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is it. But then being allergic to dust, not very good in Florida. So my breathing situation was not very good, let's just say. I didn't breathe through my nose probably for those 6 years, like at all.
Jesus.
I just learned to breathe through my mouth. I was a scuba diver.
That'll wear you out by itself.
Well, yes, I know. But, you know, you just fucking do whatever you can figure out. So, and then after that, I was like, okay, so I'm going to do this competition. Competition is in Las Vegas, and flying will fuck me up. So my solution was to move to Las Vegas for the competition. So I moved to Las Vegas, got an Airbnb, and like, I'm just going to live here for my prep. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice this because I'm going to win the fucking crown. Like, if I want something, I fucking want it, and I do whatever it takes. So I moved to Florida. Or Las Vegas. I didn't plan to stay there. I was just gonna be there for the prep because Las Vegas is fucking cold in the winter. I can't do that. So I live there, and also again, like, I started getting a little pain again when I came to Las Vegas because I moved there in the winter and it was cold. So my joints started to ache again, and I was like, this isn't fucking great. And then I was like, okay, let's fucking manifest this shit, because I manifested my first crown. I stood in front of the mirror every day and I said to the mirror, Max, you are the shit. This crown is yours. That was it. Even though I didn't necessarily believe myself in the beginning, because I saw some of these people online. I'm like, I don't look like them, but you know what? I busted my ass. I did everything I could. I am the shit. That crown is mine. Boom, crown was mine. Not to say that just by saying this, it is. But you have to start fucking believing in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, why the fuck do you think anything's going to happen for you?
Well, and you felt it. You weren't just saying it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this thin layer of positivity over this ocean of self-doubt. You were all in. You felt the crown on your head. You saw winning. You saw the people in the audience. Like, you knew it was happening.
This is the first show I didn't truly understand manifestation back then. I just stood in the mirror every day and say, I am the shit, the crown is mine. I'm the shit, the crown is mine. Max, you're the shit, you're the shit, you're the shit, you're the shit. That was all I did. I didn't do anything else back then. This is 2020.
I think you're the shit.
Yeah, but I'm just explaining what I did in 2020. I didn't meditate or anything back then. I just cursed myself in the mirror. And
I
then
think everyone thinks you're the shit.
and then it worked, and then I realized, it fucking worked. So then I kept going on, right? Then I did a second show and won that crown too. So I won 2 crowns in a row, basically. And then I did worlds in between, and I got like second place. Actually, I got second place first. I was like, okay, very close. I didn't expect to win the world title the first time. And then the year after that, I got third place. I was like, that's not good. And then I looked at the girl that won, which is a friend of mine actually, and I looked at her and was like, you know what? She looks fucking great. And I looked at her and I was like, her quads are incredible. My ass took out that entire stage, no doubt, but you don't win on your ass only. So I can hands down say my ass was the best on the entire stage. Anyway.
Well, we're going to have to do some photo comparisons, aren't we?
Can pull them up for sure. So the year after that, I was like, I need quads like her because I
You
know
do not have to twist my arm for this part of the show, by the way.
twist your arm.
Well, no, I guess there's a language barrier. It's like you don't have to force me to be interested in this part of the show.
Oh, well, I'm going to find, because these are the older pictures. This is from the show when I got third place. So it's not the one I won, but I'm going to find it. So, yeah, so I was.
What's your native language, by the way? Dutch?
Swedish.
Okay.
We have our own language, and we're the only country in the whole world that speaks that.
And when did you learn English? What year?
Finding all my. Let's just say this ass is fucking almost. This isn't gonna work. This ass is almost gone. No, that's not gonna work. It's almost gone now, because I have not lifted weights since August when I came to the MMA gym. But now it's time to start again. But I wanted to put my energy on the flow for the fighting, and I think it was needed.
How's that going, by the way?
Great. That break I took was. Oh, I found the picture. Okay.
You better make sure if you get in the ring that the chick you're fighting is a fucking biological female.
Yes.
Because, there's a lot of that shit that goes on where they're not biological females and they fuck up the women that they.
Now we're going to show asses on our live stream here. So.
Yes, we are.
Screen share. So this is, there are more people in the background, but this is, I think, we're the top 5 here. So, you can guess who I am. It's a little blurry. That's me.
I feel like, yeah, you win.
If you look at, and I like.
Not that I'm complaining about any of them, but you win.
Well, this is bikini, and maybe my ass is more fitness. And I think that was one of the reasons why that didn't really. But here's the thing, everyone has their own taste. And I know that our federation likes a softer look. I don't necessarily agree with it, though. I like a hard look. But also, they told me my bikini sucked, and I actually agree with them. Because the bikini I was supposed to have, I wish I had a picture of that bikini, because let's just say that she didn't really do what I asked for, and it looked like I had a fucking dick hanging.
You know what's funny about that photo? Your hair looks super thin there.
Oh no, I had 3 packs of hair extensions.
Like, you got super thick hair now compared to that photo. How many years ago was that? 2023?
I have 3 packs of hair extensions there. Here.
Is that 2023?
Some of the hair is hanging on the front too. There's the 3 packs of hair extensions, so there's a lot of hair in there.
But what year is this? What year is this? 2022?
Yeah.
So in 3 years, you got rid of your hair extensions and all your hair is real.
Yep.
Well, I hope the Alovea convention is not the same weekend as WBFF, because I'd like to go to that and see it live.
Yeah. I don't know how, but that LA show, honestly, is probably kind of small.
In Beverly Hills? It's supposed to be at the Beverly Hilton.
Yeah. Guess why it's a small show? People can't afford.
Why? People can't afford to stay at the hotel?
Probably going to be juicy expensive.
Well, it's like $500 a night for a room. So I mean, what are hotels are like 300-400 a night anyway, even at shitty hotels.
Yeah, but do you know what it costs to compete in these things? Do you know what the outfit?
Well, shit, I bet the fucking outfits have got to be like 10 grand
Let
for
me
all of them, don't they?
show you. Actually, I can pull up. Let me see what I have on the computer here. Do I? No, I plugged up my fucking hard drive. Just so people have here's the thing. You don't have to do this. Let's just be straight and point that out. You don't have to spend this kind of money. But if you're going for a world title,
I love
to a
that.
goal. Welcome to the main event.
Was not the one I was gonna play. My dress for Worlds when I won was almost $4,000 alone, and that was just the dress. And then I have. So let's just say that $500 a night for a hotel is a lot.
So wait, just the white dress was $4,000?
$1,000 a month on rehab people to win my world title. So that was probably my most expensive year of my entire life.
Were you saying that the white dress you had on with like the peacock looking one was $4,000?
No, the one when I won my world title, not the peacock one.
So all the different outfits that you just showed, how much was all that?
Funny story. So the feathery dress, I actually bought it straight off a runway show. And I didn't realize that it literally came off straight off the girl. It smelled like somebody had died in that thing. I walked out on stage, and right as I was done, I threw that in the trash. Oh my God, it smells so bad.
You would hope beautiful women would shower. Is that not a thing, or what?
When you compete, you can't. You have spray tan. You can't have.
Right. Oh no, that stuff smells fucking horrible.
Yeah. Welcome to competing life.
Yeah.
Imagine sweaty and spray tan layers that you can't shower, you can't wash your hands, and you can't use deodorant.
Yeah.
That's the beauty behind it.
All a big show.
You get used to it though, but it doesn't smell good. No, it doesn't.
Are you done with all that, or are you going to do another one?
I don't know.
I think it'd be pretty fucking rad if you won one, and then you could pump Alovea.
Do it in front of winning a fight.
Well, here's the thing with fighting, though. I mean,
I would ruin my chances of having a fight. If I have a fight and I'm already lean and a show is coming up, that's a different story. But I've already told the owners too. I, just like Joel, I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition, and whatever the fuck I need to do that is what I'm going to do. And I have already offered to all of these fitness competitions to participate in what we do, and nobody has joined. And I mean, like, I've offered all of the federations to set up accounts for the federation. This is my dream. Imagine that you are going to compete. You sign up, you pay your sign-up fee. When you arrive at the event, you get a goodie bag with a little bottle of Immune, and it says, "Thank you, you saved a child's life. Thank you for being here today." You go up on stage, they call out on the big screen, "Okay, we have 300 competitors tonight. Thank you guys so much for competing. You saved 300 children's lives tonight." And then you go home, you take your fucking product, and then you're like, "Oh my God, I feel really good. Maybe I should get more of that shit." Then they order off of the link that the federation have. Now they're making fucking commission on every single competitor. Why does nobody want to even listen to me about this?
Well, because in that fucking industry, they think they know everything.
But because that's my dream and my goal, and I've offered it to all of them.
Well, you haven't found the right organization, and sooner or later, the right organization will find you.
Here's the thing. If it fit my schedule, I would do it. But you have to also remember that I prepped for 8 months to go on stage and be the fucking best, because I'm not willing to fuck up my hormones and my life to do it.
How the hell did you learn how to walk like that?
I just do it.
Fucking amazing.
Do you know how many runway shows I walked? A lot.
I don't know.
Oh, actually.
What do you mean, like as a model?
I walked in Miami runway, like the actual runway shows to practice.
What did you? Were you like? What do you call it? Have a contract with like a clothing company or something?
Fuck no. I accidentally. Here's the thing. I just do things the way I want to do things.
Fuck no.
So I accidentally went on a casting once, and I didn't even plan to go there. But my friend is a model for a living, and she was in Miami for whatever, and she called me, "Hey Max, do you want to have a coffee? We haven't hung out for a while." Okay, I go have a coffee with her. We're sitting having a coffee, and she's like, "Oh shit, I got a casting call. Why don't you walk with me and we can talk shit on the way while I do my casting?" I was like, "Okay, that sounds cool." So I'm literally just hanging with my friend, standing in line for her casting. As we get approaching the walk she's doing, she's like, "You should just do this too." And I was like, "What is it?" She's like, "Oh, it's Miami Swim Week runway show." And I was like, I mean, I'm standing here. I'm fucking, why not, you know? She's like, "Oh, you need like a comp card and shit. Do you have it?" And I was like, "I actually did, because I designed that kind of stuff for people." So my friend worked at the hotel with a casting. So I call him and say, "Hey, are you at work? Could you print something for me?" He prints the paper, and technically you're supposed to have an agency. So I don't even know why they let me walk. But it was the guy with the black tape project. Basically, me and my friend walk, and I get picked, and she doesn't. So now I'm
Fuck yeah.
fucking runway show. So the
What is the Swedish word for badass?
I don't know if we have one. Badass.
What's the Swedish word for hot as fuck?
Probably. We just use English words. I don't know.
Really?
I haven't been there in 13 years. I have no fucking idea what people say.
You don't know? Okay. All right. Well, we can. I'll go to Google Translate right now, and then I'll tell you what the word is.
I can't even think of it at all.
I'm going to Google Translate.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
Oh well, I'm trying anyway.
Translatable, these kind of things, I feel like. But I'm walking. So the company that picked me to walk for them, this girl and we just kind of clicked. She's awesome. And she was like, "Max, I want you to walk for me every year." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that." So the upcoming year, you're supposed to do the casting again. And I said, "I'm not doing the casting." "It's okay. I'll just tell them they have to book you," she said. So then she booked me 3 years in a row, and I didn't have to go on the casting, because I told her, if I have to go on the casting, I'm not coming. Like, fuck that. No, not doing it. So she just booked me every year. And let me see if I have the video. So the first year I walked, I was the only model on the entire runway show that had tattoos. Literally everybody asked about me. "Who the fuck is that? Who is she?" And I was so fucking muscular. And back then they didn't have the muscular girls. Now they do it every year. But
because that's back when all the models would just eat fucking lettuce and smoke cigarettes, and that was their diet.
I mean, not everybody, but yes, a big part of them. I actually have no clue.
Or eat a burger and go throw it up afterwards.
I think because all my pages got shut down, all of the shit might be gone.
All right, the Swedish word for gorgeous is underbar.
Well, that's not what you told me, though. Underbar.
Yeah. Well, gorgeous is hot as fuck, right?
Well, underbar isn't exactly hot as fuck. That's what I'm saying. You can't really translate that properly because it doesn't make sense.
What is the highest level of beauty in
like
Swedish?
Wonderful. It's
wonderful?
Way more soft and smooth and just cute. Yeah, wonderful, I would say.
How about shredded?
Shredded?
Peeled, ripped, shredded, lean, toned, defined.
I don't know.
Hot as fuck.
No, like I don't know.
Hot as fuck kind of covers all those words.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so where are my fucking runway shit? There has got to be something. Oh, this is actually... So this clip is from...
ITBOYBBNO $sign.
I'm trying to look at my TikTok because obviously everything is fucking removed. This is from the show. One photo. I figured I had like an actual...
Yo, hey, real quick, Max.
Yeah.
Your screen share volume is like 100 times louder than your mic volume. I don't know if that matters to you.
I can't hear that. I don't really know.
It is super fucking loud.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I'm like muting my mic when you screen share.
There's my little tiny don't even want to look at that anymore. They will be. I don't know where these fucking runways.
So hey, back to the fighting real quick. Are you willing to take a fight for 3?
Girls, be concentrate. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another one. Oh, yeah. From here. Okay.
But I don't know where the actual walk is. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, are you really willing to go into a cage and fight for like $300?
$300?
Because I was talking to Joel and he said some of these fights are like $300 to $600 is what these fighters are making.
If I think the fight is worth it and I fucking get eyes on me, that's all that matters. I don't do anything for the money. If I
all right, fair enough.
Fight is going to get me the attention I need. Oh, here's the runway show. And then and then I did this one, the whole I don't know, like nobody's ever taught me any of this. The only advice, this is also backstage from
Let's go.
But the best way to just say is just stop giving a fuck and just fucking do it. And practice a lot every day until you're fucking great. Stop looking at other people. I think that was all I had here. But I mean,
well, you're gonna have to find the Swedish word for badass.
When I'm gonna compete, I practice. I practice every day. Also, another. Where my first show, I wore some fucking stiletto shit. Oh, screw that shit. Oh, here is also a runway show. Yeah, so I've just done them every year. I didn't do anything last year. And then I just do stupid shit. Like, this is just my fucking practice. Like, just walk fucking every day until you're the shit.
Well, I think you're dope as fuck.
And I do posing coaching, but I don't promote myself for any of these things because I'm not going to say that it's a waste of my time, because that it isn't, because I'm helping women, feel better about themselves. But if I can save people's lives in a small way, I feel like it is a waste of my time. Does that make sense? Like,
I mean, you did it. Like, you did it and you fucking won, and now you're on to other shit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and like, I love the WBFF. I love the federation. I'm still a part of it. And like, I tell the owners are the first to know that I'm not going to compete. I already texted her a couple of days ago and I said, Happy New Year. I just want you to know that I might not compete this year, or maybe I will. But the fighting is going to be my priority. And she said, Max, I don't know any person who is as fucking dedicated as you are. Kick ass, Like, they've always been supportive. And it doesn't mean I think any less of the show. I think it's incredible. And it changed my life to do that. And I think if I hadn't gone on that stage and done what I did, I probably wouldn't be doing what I do now. Because it made me realize that I am the shit and I can do anything. If I can go on a stage and win a world title against all odds, why can I not save people's lives? Like,
you already are, girl. You already are. Every single fucking day you are.
Yourself, you can fucking do anything. And I think sometimes
fuck yeah.
we do something like that to realize what we're capable of. So
it takes a lot to put yourself out there like that.
Yeah, and it also it taught me to just not give a fuck, because I don't give a fuck. I want to go up there, and even when I got third place, I had the best time of my life. I have so much fun when I'm up on the stage. I never thought I would love being in the spotlight because I never did before. I hated being in the spotlight. I didn't want to.
How many events do they have annually, WBFF?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's different every year. She just sent me the flyer.
So you got first virtually, you got first live in 2023. You competed in 2022, right?
So they have 13 shows confirmed so far this year.
Gotcha.
But it could be more, it could be less, I guess.
And so people have $4,000 for a fucking dress, but not $500 for a hotel room.
No, I'm just saying you don't have to spend that kind of money, but you have to. If you calculate everything it costs to compete, yes,
It's like $20,000, right?
money. And everybody doesn't have that, and you don't have to spend that. But some people that compete don't have any money at all, so they definitely don't have $500 a night.
Well, and I'm guessing a lot of them have sponsors, right?
Also, yeah, if you get yourself a sponsor. I never had any sponsors for anything.
Fitness apparel companies, supplement companies, all that type of shit, right?
Supplement sponsor.
What's that?
Why would you want a supplement sponsor?
Well, I'm saying that's the industry. Like, that's how people make it in that industry typically.
Yeah, if you bust your ass and get yourself a sponsor, but then the question is here, are you going to sell your soul? I never had it.
Well, most people chase that dollar.
I had a sponsor one time that I told you about this. I muscle tested all the products and I thought they were good until I realized they changed their formula and I cut them off. And I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And that was the day I dedicated my life to Alovea. And I cut off not only the sponsor, but all of my clients.
That's huge. No, that cost you $10,000 a month for sure, didn't it?
People like have an understanding. I shot commercials and content for 23 years. I can charge $5,000 for a reel. I don't do that anymore. Because
do I get a discount?
Yeah, but that's different. I'm just saying what I used to do. People used to pay me for my work. I had a shoot once that was a $50,000 shoot. Like, I know what I can charge for my work. But then the question is here, when I realized that that work would be selling my soul, then it's not worth the money to me anymore.
Why don't you charge $50,000 to teach chicks how to walk like that?
Do you think they would pay me that?
Fuck yeah, they better.
But then you know how the social media were like, people don't even know what I do because I'm banned. And a lot of people might come on my page now and they just found me. They're like, oh my God, she's into health. Wait, she knows how to shoot video? Yeah, 23 years. I was literally, that's what I'm the best at. But now I apply it to doing what we do instead. And I utilize my skill to shoot all of these people's stories. I don't get paid to do any of this. I pay everything out of my own pocket because we're all business partners here. I pay out of my own pocket to produce everything we do.
Look at the lives you're changing. I know you know this, but like, people listening need to know the lives you're changing. Like Scrawny Lonnie, his story is fucking magic. Yeah. Phil's story is fucking magic. I'm actually seeing Phil at his property on February 15th. And Rob is coming out from the Netherlands. He's going to be there too.
I wonder if we can come by Phil, maybe. Maybe we can.
That'd be dope. I'm going to be in Flagstaff starting on February 10th, and then I'm going to Phil's on the 15th. So he's 2 hours away from my campsite, but my main thing is going to Sedona to wander off into the vortexes and eat mushrooms and get spiritual.
We could probably come for like a day. It's just so we don't want to, since we have that Bear Lake trip, we don't want to miss training.
Well, how far away are you guys from Phil's house?
Like 5 hours, maybe.
You guys need to talk to him because I'm confirmed. I'll be there. So will Rob.
We can just go there whenever we want.
Nice. Well, plan on it then.
Yeah, if it works, we will.
I got a real strong strain of lion's mane mushrooms right now.
How are you talking to? I don't know any of this shit. Well, I did the DMT and that was super cool. And I believe that the love I felt during that DMT trip is everybody is humans' purpose on this earth. Like,
absolutely.
be able to figure out how to feel that love all the time, because that was the craziest thing ever.
I think you should see it when you look in the mirror every single day.
But it was like these little small things. Do you know that I said right after I got out of it, I gave Joel a hug, and then I gave Skunk a hug, and it was like the best hugs I've ever had in my life. And then
Fuck yeah, because you're feeling energy. You are the energy.
And then I felt my feet on the ground, and it was freezing outside, and it felt so good. You know.
You have to take your shoes off. Like, you have to. The Schumann resonance is real. The 7.83 hertz electromagnetic frequency that emanates from Mother Earth is a healing energy that will take positively charged electrons out of your body through electron exchange into the fucking earth. Like, all this place, this realm, all this Mother Nature wants to do is heal us and love us.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're a zebra getting chased by a fucking lion or a cheetah.
Who is SLFLG Dance on Rumble? He said, Unchained Kid here. Y'all got to come to Dallas for sure. And I just hit up Snake to get started on the Immune Limitless. Nice. Okay, so if you get started, we would love to have you in Dallas too.
Unchained Kid better have signed up under me. That's my little bro right there.
Under you? Oh wait, Snake isn't on yet. Snake is gonna sign up under you.
He's at work. He's at the bullet shop. He's gonna watch the replay if you post it. That's what he said.
Well, so I was talking to Snake, and I sent him the Alovea Pro link, and he's going to sign up under you once he's
good.
But and then whenever he does, then he can get his other people in under there.
Yeah, Unchained Kid was a pro MMA fighter and then had a fucking injury and spun out in a spiral and had a real fucking dark night of the soul, and he's pulling himself out of it and got himself a water distiller, and he's on the program. So he's a fucking badass, and he's only 26 years old.
Yeah?
Yeah, he needs to meet Joel.
Yeah.
Kid can fight.
Nice. Well,
hey, so I'll ask this question now, and it's going to take a minute for the answer to pop up because of the delay on the chat. But the question I got for Unchained Kid is, how old was he when he was going pro in that industry? Must have been early 20s, right? I guess it'll take a minute to pop up, but this kid's got skills.
Let's see if he's still on here. And then Cheryl says, wait, there's a contest to win the trip to Alovea convention. Well, every year, so the Dallas convention, I don't think is like a trip you win. You just go, you just buy a ticket. I think it's I don't even know what the tickets are, $70 maybe for the event. It's a big event. But then you can win trips to go meet the kids. You can win like vacation trips, like the Bear Lake trip we're doing in the end of next month is an incentive. You can win. I don't think I'm paying for my trip, because I signed up enough Alovea pros to get it for free.
Rockstars don't pay for shit, Max.
No, but here's the thing. I'm a competitive person. I'm not going to lie.
You're so modest.
And I think I'm a very competitive person. But I will say this. I'm a very good loser. If you beat me fair and square, I will love that for you. And then I will go home and I will bust my ass in silence and fucking take your ass next time. That's how I operate. That's why I will go to these competitions and I will fucking have all the love for the people that beat me. Because if they beat me, they probably deserved it. And then all I know is that, okay, Max, clearly you gotta work harder. And I don't understand this fucking drama bitches online, because there's always these fucking whiny ass bitches after every competition. I'm sure there's in every federation, that's coming with all their fucking smart ass comments. I should have won, and this is politics. Oh, go fuck yourself. Do you know what you're saying when you say that there's politics? You're basically fucking talking down on all the rest of us. Like everyone's saying, oh, somebody told me I bought my win. How the fuck do you even think that works? How the fuck do you buy your win? And do you know what? I have since day one in that federation, I was that person who always had to bring up complaints. That's what I was fucking known for, because I always wanted to make things better, so I would address all the problems. And then they told me once that it was a little bit too much, that I was fucking complaining all the time. So you know what? If there was politics, I would never have won a single show. But I don't go out and tell people that, because I was not very popular when I started competing there. I'm going to tell you that. Not at all.
Because you fucking smoked everyone.
Coach would come to me and say, Max, can you maybe stop saying all the things you say? No, I said, I don't do that. I say everything. And
Well, you're also the new kid on the block. You're an amateur. You fucking showed up. You beat everyone. And they're like, who the fuck is this bitch?
I'm just sharing like a little backstory because the people be beep, 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 beep. Everything is wrong. Everything is shit. Oh, the owners don't do anything to the. Have you told them? No, because you just share the bullshit on social media with your friends. But then this is me, and this is a true story. Me running down the corridor after the owners. Hello, can we have a conversation? This is a true story. I'm literally running down the hallway to try to have a conversation face to face because somebody made up a story about me that I was a drug addict. Like, of all the things you want to make up about me, that's what you fucking decide to say. And then I was like, hey, well, I heard that people are talking shit about me, so I just want to address the thing and, maybe we can talk about it face to face. Then we have a face to face conversation, and then they had some respect for me. But instead, all the other fucking people just whined. I was like, are you 5 years old, people? Like, I wish I could just take these fucking people and I call they're whiny fucking 5-year-old bitches. That's what they are. And I'm glad they're all gone from the federation because nobody wants that kind of low fucking energy. And now they're in the other federation, and now I'm just hearing from people I know that compete in that federation that there's the same fucking drama there now.
Well, what is the other federation?
What do you expect? FMG. Now we're saying all on here. I'm sure somebody hears this and like, oh my god. And also, so I reached out to them and told them about the Saving Children mission, and I asked if they were open to have a meeting with me and talk about how they could participate. And their answer was, well, Max, I have realized that you didn't decide to come over to our federation, so good luck. I was like, wait, so you don't want to save children's lives because I didn't decide to compete in your federation? That's their actual answer.
Called catty bullshit.
Yeah. So low energy, low frequency people, a lot of them over there.
I gotta fix my mic. Hang on.
Everybody over there is, though. That I didn't say. There are a lot of good people there too that I know and respect very much. But it's run by low frequency, low energy people. And
all right, so should we talk about hormones at some point?
The only reason I would never in my life compete in that federation is because of their bitchy, disgusting attitude and how they do dirty business and go behind people's backs and try to fucking not talk about them anymore. Let's just not do that. And I would never compete in a federation that is run by that kind of people, ever. And
is my mic still working?
No, now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Very, very, very far away.
Shit.
So I said either I compete again in the same I did, or I don't compete, but I would never switch to them. No, he did not. I was just checking if he answered. He did not. He did not. Competing is expensive all around.
How about now?
I mean, I can hear you. It just sounds low. That's all.
Testing.
It's just kind of low still.
Fuck.
Oh wait, maybe.
All right, you
say something.
Testing.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Either way, I think we should talk about. We talked for 1.5 hours, haven't even digged into the hormones and sexual health here.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Do you want to kick off on your hormone? Because you were talking about hormones on your page the other day, correct?
Yeah, so the main thing, like for guys on testosterone replacement therapy, is that when you introduce exogenous testosterone, it's going to shut off luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. And when that happens, there's testicular atrophy. And so what hormone clinics do is they get guys on HCG, which is human chorionic gonadotropin. Mm-hmm. So it is an injectable, basically kind of like a peptide, but not really. It's a something that will stimulate the production of luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. So it tricks the body into not knowing that you're giving it testosterone. So your testicles will not atrophy, sperm production will be normal, your mood will be good, because testosterone alone when you shut off LH and FSH, then you are deficient in DHEA, progesterone, and pregnenolone. And those are the neurohormones that make people feel good. So guys on testosterone alone are fucking grouchy. They get depressed. They get anxiety. They get racing heart. They get insomnia. They get body temperature all over the place. It's not a real smooth feeling just being on test alone. And so the problem with HCG is that your estrogen goes through the roof. And so then they introduce another drug called Arimidex, which is an anastrozole, or something like Nolvadex, which is an anti-estrogen. So there's selective estrogen receptor modifiers called SERMs. That's the acronym for that, which are super fucking dangerous. They cause heart problems. They can cause vision problems. They can cause anxiety. They're no good. Like Arimidex and Nolvadex were primarily designed for women with breast cancer because they target tumors and they can shrink tumors. So men take it to keep estrogen low so they don't get the high estrogen side effects from having estrogen levels through the roof. You're talking moodiness and gynecomastia, which is swelling of the nipple tissue, also called bitch tits in the industry. There's a lot of guys that have...
About that.
Go ahead.
I have a bodybuilder in Germany that started the product. I don't know, maybe 4-5 months ago, and he had gyno, the nipple thing.
Did they cut it out?
No, he started Acemannan and he shrunk with like 75%.
That's phenomenal because usually the guys that are in the industry on a lot of gear will have the surgery to get it removed. And I've seen...
I don't know if he might need, so it didn't 100% go away, but he said about 75%. I think I even posted his story on my page at some point because he shared me a video. He's like, I am like over the moon, he said. And now he has like all of his friends do it, and yeah, he had other results too, but that one was pretty cool. I didn't.
I've seen gyno cut out of bodybuilders that looks like a 4-inch white piece of fat that kind of looks like a slug. I mean, it's fucking disgusting.
Yep.
So where I'm going with this is that if you look at balance, there is a component in yams that in the pharmaceutical industry is used to synthesize synthetic progesterone and also testosterone. That's where this stuff comes from. And so if you take this, it is going to boost progesterone and pregnenolone in the body. So you're going to feel good while you are on testosterone. And before anyone gets on testosterone replacement therapy, they should investigate all natural and holistic options first. And there are many, even shining a near infrared light on your balls. It cannot be incandescent. You do not want to create heat at all. So LED near infrared light therapy, I think it's like 650 nanometers. We're talking a wavelength that's like the diameter less than a human hair, has the ability to penetrate all 7 layers of skin and not only cause an increase in collagen production and recovery and decreasing inflammation, but it can also boost your endocrine system. So there's 2 particular ways to do it that are listed in multiple studies on PubMed.gov. One is called transcranial near-infrared light therapy. And so what you would do is you would have the near-infrared light bulb a couple inches away from your scalp, and you would sit under it for 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And that is going to boost luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, sperm production, and endogenous testosterone production. So whether or not someone's on TRT, just taking balance is going to boost endogenous hormone production. And one really interesting fact about Acemannan, it increases DHEA production by 400%. 400%. And DHEA, go ahead.
Because a lot of people think that this is just for women, but this is for regulating hormones, not a specific sex. This is great for men and women. And you can also give it to, I wouldn't give it to a small child because it doesn't make sense. But I asked our formulator, can we give this to like teens and such? And he said absolutely. And he just advised that if somebody's really young, like my friend's daughter is 12, so he said just give her a half a serving, meaning 2 a day instead of 4. But it helps regulate all the hormones, so it's not a
It's a mood boosting food technology.
yes.
So, you know, pregnenolone and progesterone and DHEA make you feel good. You will not get depressed. You will not get anxious. You will sleep better. You'll be happy most of the time for no particular reason. You just feel good being in your skin suit.
We were talking about that with Skunk about road rage, because I think all of us used to have it. I used to always tell people, I'm like, what's his name? The cartoon, like Snoopy when he turns into the devil when he drives. That used to be me, and I would sit in the car and fucking yell at people. And now I can't even.
I look at that shit now like the universe is slowing me down for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, if I got someone driving fucking slow in front of me, I'm like, okay, this person is helping me avoid a bad accident, a bad situation.
Yeah.
It's a sign to calm down. It's a sign to take a couple fucking deep breaths. Like,
Yep.
I don't want to walk a mile in their shoes. Like, let them have their experience, and I can slow the fuck down and enjoy my experience.
Yeah, I don't honestly. Things in the traffic, unless somebody is an asshole and try to cut you off or something. But I mean, typically, I can't even remember the last time I got annoyed in the traffic.
That just means you're happy.
Yeah. And
that's like not a common human emotion these days.
I used to have ovulation issues. I said my period was really bad when I was young, but being old, my period was never super bad. But every time I ovulated, I would literally swell up like a fucking balloon, and I mean to the point where I got like cankles, you know, like that's how swollen I would get during certain days of the month, and not every month. But then I would also get super crampy, and I mean crazy cramps from the ovulation. And when I started the balance after about 2 weeks, I was like, I look on my app and I was like, I shouldn't it be soon? Like it feels like it should be any day now, but I don't feel anything. And I looked at it, and it turned out that it had been last week. And I didn't.
You want to hear a crazy biohack that's going to make people cringe and they're not going to understand it and think I'm fucking crazy? So I know some high level female yoga influencers that loop their period blood. So they use a Diva cup, and then when it's full, they take it and they drink it. And they say that it removes all of the premenstrual syndrome, period cramps, all of that shit, like cleanses the body. I mean, that kind of ties into urine therapy too.
We should do a live with Joel about drinking your own body fluids.
Yeah, I drink my piss every day.
Yeah.
But you're only supposed to drink midstream. So the way Hindu philosophy works with Shivambu Shastra is urine therapy, auto urine therapy. They say you never mess with the tip or the tail of the snake. And what that means is you start the flow of urination, you clear out the first third, you capture the second third in a cup, then you get rid of the last third, and you consume the middle third. And if you want to know how fucking toxic you are, do urine therapy, because most people, when they capture the middle third, they will only be able to stand a drop or two because it is going to taste like rusty, metallic, salty, disgusting shit. Yep. And if you drink distilled water, and if you eat a lot of organic fruits and vegetables, and if you have a super clean diet, and if you have a good physical fitness routine and you're sweating and getting sunlight and doing the whole program, what ends up happening to your urine is it will taste like very slightly sweet distilled water, and your energy will go through the fucking roof. And what's fascinating about urine is that there are minerals and components and compounds in urine that they don't even understand.
Yep. Can you imagine that, like, most people in the world right now are probably going like this.
Well, look, they tell you in a survival situation, they're like, you can drink your piss in a survival situation, but if you've never drank your piss before and you're in a fucking survival situation and you're stressed out and you piss in a bottle and try to drink it, you're gonna fucking puke.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, do you actually think that most people can drink their own piss? They might poison themselves.
Well, no, and what I'm saying is like when you start, like literally they tell you to take a fucking glass dropper and you take a couple drops of your urine from the middle stream
Mhm.
and you just put 2 little drops in your mouth just to get an idea of how fucking toxic you are.
Mhm.
And you slowly progress. I mean, I can drink a pint, no problem.
Yep. Well, I believe the period thing too, but I'm sure it's the same there too. Like there's actually, I mean, this is a different, a more fun conversation. So I went on a live. I don't even know when this was. This is way back when my other account, when I had my big account still, and I did a live with somebody about. I can't remember what we talked about. I think we talked about yeast infections or whatever, just all kinds of stuff. But I remember, like, I'm not going to say I've never eaten shitty food, but overall, in general, I come from Sweden. My mom used to make real food. Like, I grew up with fucking steak and potatoes and fish and, like actual food. My mom would never really give us fast food. It was like a special occasion type of thing when maybe you got to eat a pizza or something. It's like that. And then I came to the United States, like super fanatic about my food. I still had my cheat meals on occasions, but like 95% of my food was always healthy. Well, I thought it was healthy when I came here. Didn't necessarily be like that. But I had some guy friends for a while that weren't necessarily like super healthy people, but sometimes they would. I've always been like one of the guys. I always had guy friends. So like I know a lot of the guy stories, even when they talk about women. And like one thing that they will talk about is what women taste like, and I just want to puke just listen to this bullshit. And I'm just thinking in my mind, what the fuck? And I remember I had come here from Sweden and I dated some guy, and he told me once, he's like, "You taste good." And I'm just thinking in my mind, what the fuck do people taste like? I don't even
Tuna,
want to fucking know.
fucking tuna.
Yeah, I don't even want to fucking know. And here's the thing, everybody in the fucking world out there, taste yourself. Get a fucking idea what the fuck you're doing to yourself.
Well,
Because
no one's heard of eating fucking pineapple and drinking distilled water, apparently.
when you taste good, why the fuck would anybody else? Like, don't even put that misery on somebody.
Look, and like women need to do a lot of work to keep everything nice down there. Like that's a
But that's the thing.
very
You have to do any work. If you treat your body right, your body fucking cleans itself. But that's
true.
the problem, because people like, do you know how many? I remember it was so trendy for a while with all these products that you're supposed to use and fucking shove up there and spray and all the things. I was like, first of all, do you know what all these products do to you? That's
Yeah, they kill your vaginal bacteria.
supposed to put fucking anything there. It's supposed to fucking manage itself.
No, I mean that's like squirting fucking Glade plug-in juice up your pussy. That's
Yeah.
so crazy. Like you're squirting air freshener and chemicals in your fucking pussy
And then you're
and
wondering,
killing all the bacteria that you need.
like, it's just mind blowing to me. And I'm thinking, like, I mean, it's the same with anybody. It's like, okay, there's very intimate conversations here, but I would not want to fucking go down on a guy that is not living well.
Well, I mean, look, if you're not going to eat fucking Taco Bell, like, why would you go down on someone who is eating fucking Taco Bell?
Yep.
You know, like you are what you eat. It comes out your fucking pores.
Comes out
It's
everywhere.
going to be a part of your semen. It's in your shit. Like
Yep.
it's in your fucking bloodstream. Like you are what you eat.
Yep.
And that's another thing too. Like people, like here's the carnivore. My problem with carnivore None of these motherfuckers talk about the difference between eating elk, venison, grass-fed, regenerative, agriculture-raised beef, rabbit, like all of this natural shit that comes from Mother Earth versus a sick animal in a factory farming environment.
Yeah.
Like that is the karma that you're taking on when you eat a sick, scared, cancerous animal that is being fed genetically modified soy, genetically modified corn, sawdust, grease, flavor additives, antibiotics, all of this shit. They're living in their own shit in a dirt feedlot. Like that's not food, people. But it's carnivore. It's fucking carnivore.
If you eat these things, like just think about it. So a lot of people have depression and anxiety and fucking PTSD and all this shit. Imagine that you are eating these sick animals. Do you not think that you are like literally maybe feeling some of the things that they're feeling too?
There is absolutely an energetic influence between what we consume and how we feel based on where that food came from.
Yep. I mean, these days, me and Joel were actually talking about it the other day because when I was before I basically I don't eat any sugar or anything like that. I mean, I eat fruit, but I don't eat any sugar. I don't even do like my cheat meal these days is not even a cheat meal. Like my cheat would be maybe an extra large portion of my no glyphosate oatmeal I love with this raw natural cacao. Like, a cheat meal to me these days wouldn't even be considered.
But we need to talk about those quesadillas.
Oh, the Ayurvedic? Oh my God, yes. Oh, I actually went yesterday and had a quesadilla and a pancake there. It's just like, and
I wonder if Albuquerque's on the way to Dallas, I'm stopping at the quesadilla place for lunch with you.
Yeah.
Because I am now staying at the Dallas Arlington KOA for this Alovea event.
Oh wait, no, because you're in Cali. I don't know actually if it is.
I'll figure it out.
But
I might just do it anyway. Fuck it.
I used to be known for being that super sensitive person. Like all of my friends always knew me as being so sensitive, or that's what they called me, because I would eat something and my body would immediately tell me if something was off. And they were like, "Oh my God, Max, you're so sensitive." And I told them, "No, I don't think I am. I think my body just actually functions and it tells me I shouldn't be doing this. While your body is fucking shoved down and silenced and it can't even speak." That's why looking at these type of people that I don't really hang out with anymore, they have a lot of health issues and I don't. And I just think like that's how our bodies are supposed to be. And these days, like if I even considered eating, like if I eat something, and even if I eat, like I love these fucking dried mangoes, they're fucking delicious, but like I can't eat that many of them anymore. Like it doesn't even work. Like I can't. You just feel like garbage if you try to do that because your body.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna go grab a banana. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of banana, I'm gonna do a banana too. Let's do banana party. Banana party. I have one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I might eat all of them.
Oh yes. Love bananas.
Tell you what, girl, you make 2 hours go by pretty fucking fast.
Right? Well, actually, I want to play. We can do it now. So, I want to play this. This doesn't really have much to do with hormones, but before I play that, I'm gonna say for everyone out there, just to do some talk about some science behind why this is helping with not this, like you don't have to have sexual issues to benefit from this, but the limitless reduces inflammation, which a lot of people that do have issues in that area, it is inflammation related, and it also helps your blood flow. So let's imagine here that your inflammation goes away, your blood flow starts to work the way it should. obviously the blood flow down to your crotch also works. So I had a friend that actually started the product early this year, and he had some pretty severe problems, let's just say, very severe problems after COVID. So he started the product and he got a lot better. And obviously I didn't necessarily talk to him about that kind of stuff because that wasn't relevant when you're super sick and you don't even know how long you're going to be alive. But he texted me one day and he was like, "Hey, Max, so I had something happen to me. And I don't know if maybe you have heard somebody else say this too." But he's like, "Well, we're all adults here. Well, let's just say that my dick is really hard nowadays. Is that normal?" And I was like, "Well, yes, as a matter of fact." I was like, "Well, your inflammation is lowered. Your blood flow is working. You're also on balance, which regulates your hormones. So let's just say that everything just works better. And we also have a little inside trick here. And this isn't even necessary. You can just take normal serving size and just have a good time and just fucking move around like like you're young again. It's just working. But let's say you want to have a little extra special time with your loved ones. If you take, and this is not like public company information, but if you take like 4 to 6 limitless and 4 to 6 balance right before fun time, it's like natural Viagra. And you probably don't even need to do that because it's going to work really well anyway. But another side note, if you take a lot of limitless and you don't have a lot of inflammation in your body, you might get really horny. But if you have a lot of inflammation, you should be fine. But I would say if I ever had anything happen to me, I would take like 6 of these, but I wouldn't do it on a day when I haven't experienced some severe amounts of inflammation. But we're gonna make America fuck again. We should make that a saying.
So listen, my daughter was sick for like 5 days. My wife takes her to urgent care. We thought she had pneumonia. Luckily, she doesn't. She's better now. My wife got sick for like 4 days. Yesterday, I trained pretty hard. I didn't come out of it. I felt horrible, like the crud was coming on. I talked to you, and I'm like, listen, I don't think I can make this live. I'm getting sick. I might taken down for like 3 days. And you said take 6 immune and 6 limitless, which I did at about 8:30 last night. I took 3 gel caps of black seed oil with colloidal silver, 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, smoked a bunch of weed, went to sleep, got up today at 4:30, felt fine.
Yep, I know. I had some crazy stories. I had another friend of mine texted me and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sick. I have the flu. I have strep throat. I'm just fucking miserable." And I told him to take, and I have some good friends that actually listen and do what I say. He took 12 immune and 6 limitless and woke up the day after. Called me like voice message. He's like, "Oh my God, my strep throat is gone. My fever's gone. I'm on my way to work. Can you hear my voice? It's normal." And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
What's going to happen if I start taking 10 a day of both?
I just think it's gonna be overkill for you to take 10 limitless. You might need it sometimes. Like, let's say you've had a really rough something. Let's say something happened to you, or you hurt yourself, or whatever. Yeah, absolutely, you can do that. But you will also notice because. So I had this mold situation going on now, and I got some infection going on. So I took 6 limitless before I went to bed, and you'll know right away when you don't need it, if that makes sense. Because if you take it and your body uses it, you'll go to the bathroom and you'll be normal. But if you don't need it, your poop will literally be like red. So then just kind of getting rid of it. So I would say I don't think you're gonna need to take that many.
Is that what they say? If your shit is red, you're taking too much of it?
Well, that's what I've noticed. No, I don't have like a scientific fact.
Well, because like if I drink a juice, like a fresh juice with like carrot, beet, parsley, garlic, celery, my shit will be red from the beet juice.
It's probably but you also remember that this is only Betalains, which is the body's using that. When you drink beet juice, your body doesn't need all of that shit. That's the difference. We don't have any of the other This is only extracted betalain.
Huh. Okay.
When you're drinking beet juice, you're getting sugars and all kinds of shit in that your body probably
Right.
doesn't want. So that's a little different. But what I notice, and I mean, you can just look. If you go to the bathroom on a regular day, I would assume your poop is not red. But if you ever took like a shit ton of these and you go to the bathroom and it's red, maybe you didn't need that much.
Yeah, that happened today because I took 6 of them last night.
I mean, maybe, you might have needed an extra boost though, since clearly you felt better, so it worked.
Fucking worked. I trained today. I was strong today. Like, today was good.
I wouldn't think you need 6 today though.
No.
No.
I just overdo everything though, I think.
Yeah, I mean, hey, just fucking try it, you know?
Yeah.
Just try it.
Cool. Good shit.
But it's, yeah, so, get on this shit, guys. And if somebody out there, and I don't even know, like, I've never experienced this, but like back in the days, so I'm about to do my blood work again to see where my level's at, but I was always told that my hormones were really shitty and they were too low and I have no testosterone and I should have all these fucking side effects of low testosterone, which I never had, which makes me believe that the numbers they tell you is a fucking lie. Because my last time I checked my hormones, my testosterone was 20 and my free was 1.2. And they told me that's way too low and I have to be 80 or whatever the fuck she said. And I said, well, do you know what? I feel great and I have no side effects of low testosterone, so why do I need that? So I never did any synthetic bullshit or injections. And now I'm just curious.
I think it's weird, Max, that they're trying to get women on testosterone now. It's fucking weird.
It's medication. They're just pumping medication. Like these hormone replacement clinics, like when they first came out, I was all for it. I was all about it. Now I think they're just a fucking new big pharma.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and dudes that get on TRT, they're like, oh, my balls are shrinking and I can't come normally and I'm anxious and I have insomnia. And they're like, oh, well, you need HCG. And then their estrogen goes up and they're like, you need Arimidex. And
you know, you need another one and another one and another one. It's the same bullshit. They're just trying to fuck people up. And what makes me pissed off with this is they don't tell people. They're like, okay, here's testosterone, and here's what's going to happen when you start this. They don't say anything like that. All the fucking side effects, they don't say fucking anything. And that's why I said, I have never in my life worked with something where we have 30 years of fucking science to back it up.
I'm just glad I took your advice because I'm a fucking believer now.
Yep. I mean, here's the thing. The only thing a person needs, when you feel it, you know. Like now, you know. And if somebody's listening to you, like, you're talking shit, you can think whatever you want. Why don't you try? When you feel it, you'll know. That's the only fucking proof you need. And that's what's said for everybody. You don't have to take my word for anything. That's why I like having people on to share their stories, because the more people that share their stories, the better it looks. Because how can 100,000 people have a fucking result and no side effect?
Yeah, well, I just want to know, like, who doesn't want to feel like they're 25 again?
Yep. We're DHing. But I actually wanted to play this video, and it's kind of long, so I'm going to jump a little bit in on it. And you haven't seen it yet. But I guess everyone on here have maybe, if you know who Joe Rogan is, you might have seen this guy before, because he had one of our fighters here from the gym that he was talking about. He wasn't on the podcast. He was talking about him, and they call him Period Face Man, because he had a bare-knuckle fight and he got his face roid. A funny story. So Cody is his name. Joel put him on product 3 weeks before his fight. And I'm just going to show you guys. It's just better to just show you guys. But let's just say that everybody's very confused around here now and don't understand how this old man can heal so fast. Let's see.
Wait, what they say? They said his face looks like period sex.
They posted a clip from this bare-knuckle fight that was this past weekend. It was so horrible. This guy's face was just a tomato.
Yeah,
just a big red just wound. His whole and he was still fighting.
Jesus.
Look at his face.
Oh, no.
Look at
It's
this
like
fight.
Hellraiser.
Look at this fight.
Is that Jamie fighting him?
Bro, this fight is crazy.
It's me and Jamie after a while.
But meanwhile, he fucking
a couple beers.
with that blood, he drops this fucking guy. I mean,
he won.
I don't know who won. I just saw this clip. I didn't even know the fight was going on. But this guy's face is a mess.
In the UFC, this is stopped.
Nah.
By now, it's not stopped.
If it's a woman,
He's still
no.
going.
I mean, look
With that much blood.
Renee Aldana. Her face was
so bad.
It was fucking horrible.
His face looks like period
Bro,
sex.
these guys.
So your face looks phenomenal, as we can see here. You had one of the most viral fights of 2025 early, and you were known as the Joe Rogan period face man. I'll take it. And you'll take it because your life is changing, bro. Everybody's seeing you shining, and it's beautiful because I've seen your story for a long time.
Yes.
Tell the people a little bit about you and your background, how long you've been fighting and how long you've been doing this.
Yeah, my name's Cody East. I've been fighting pro since 2011, so a lot of years. You know what I mean? I've been around for a while. I've been involved with Jackson since 2010. So a lot of years of experience, man. And I've had many ups and downs in my road. You know, I've made mistakes in my life, and I'm in a new chapter in my life, and I'm really doing good with my family, and just all aspects of my life have finally come apart. I mean, it's being patient. I mean, and I heard this thing about trust the process, don't rush the process. That's kind of what I am now, because I'm like, I want to be there. I want to be where these guys are at, and I was kind of stuck in these little small fights, and I'm feeling like I'm almost there now.
How many fight win streak are you on?
I'm on 8 fights for the year.
8 fights for the year.
Months, yeah.
And in 8 crazy.
2 BareKnuckle, 3 boxing, 2 MMA.
And this obviously was your hardest fight for the past however long, right?
This was brutal, dude. The other ones are knockouts. This dude was extremely tough.
Absolutely. And it went how many rounds?
3.
And just so you guys know, if you've never fought BareKnuckle before, it is crazy. You not only does your face get bloody, but your knuckles. Crazy. What's the pain level at right now?
Not too bad, bro. I don't know, like 5 before.
Okay.
Probably this one's the most annoying one, because it's like I got these, but there's another 15 stitches inside the mouth. Because like it went like way in there. You know what I mean?
For sure.
This was split all the way in half. It's all the way through.
Yeah.
This is in here.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I feel like I'm recovering fast, dude. Usually when I've been injured in the past, I'm just not naturally that good healer.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what the fuck? And I forgot about those supplements I'm on, dude. I'm like, I'm feeling faster. My eyes opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I want to talk to my supplements, bro.
Yeah.
You helped me dude, this saved me, honestly, because the supplements I was on, I was hanging on to because I needed something, but it wasn't it, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, I needed to be the best version of myself to beat this bad. This guy was tough as shit, dude. I even got bruises on the inside of my hands. I don't know how. I guess from your finger, like how's that happen? I guess from squeezing so hard and hitting, it bruised the inside of my hands, bro.
Yeah.
He threw an overhand at me. I dodged it, bro. That shit would have busted me open pretty good.
Holy cow. How did you get that?
He threw an overhand. I slipped and it hit me right there. Like I threw like that. He threw it. So it was overhand.
Yeah.
Boom. And
nice.
he landed right there. The best thing that happened to me this whole camp, dude, was you giving us something in the cage, bro.
Yeah.
I
You
swear to
woke
God.
up, you would
I mean,
have
she said, she's like, I don't think you would have won if you weren't taking those.
Yeah.
Because what I was taking, I was like stuck in this weird, like,
you
I don't know.
didn't have energy. You would crash before the end of the night and didn't have energy to come train. Or if you did a little workout, die after.
Yeah.
Right? It was not good.
Yeah, I don't
In
have
the
them for 3
morning,
weeks.
your recovery, you had zero.
Yeah, I was much better, dude.
One little workout in the morning, you were dead all day, not wanting to go to work.
And of course, you struggle with things like, fuck, am I having the placebo effect or what? Because, like, how could this be real?
No.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm doing good, dude. I feel good.
There's a
The
reason for it.
multivitamin has what you really need.
You know, you can't feel your hands after 2 rounds. So
Well, that's the thing that I think people don't understand in BareKnuckle. Is, oh, this is not a real sport. This is
We're going to continue watching. I'm just going to make some comments. So that is him. And I know Joel is saying in the video that post-fight. I mean, look at his face. He literally looks completely normal. And
Crazy recovery.
that he was feeling like shit before the fight. So 3 weeks before the fight, Joel gave him the product, and suddenly he has all of his energy back. He's recovering after the training, and he went in and fucking kicked this fucking kid's ass. and he kept fighting. That face was like the first round.
That's so crazy.
And he fucking won. I'm just gonna keep playing. Like I'm gonna edit it shorter, but like I saw him in the gym, and several of the guys. Like this is our gym where we live, and some of the guys. One guy came up to me one day. He's like, Max, have you seen Cody? He's like 36 years old. Like, I don't understand. He looks like he didn't even do that fight. Like, how is that even possible? And I'm telling this guy, I'm like, it's the shit that me and Joel talk about all the time. And now I had several guys come in. They're like, can you tell me about this? What is this thing? Like, it's just the video where he's talking now. That's right after. That's only like 3 days after the fight. And I mean, he's still swollen. And at that point, he was only taking 1 serving a day. And then Joel told him that night to take 6 limitless. And he did. And the day after, the fucking swelling in the face was gone.
It's amazing.
Like, this shit's gonna go viral. And you see what, like, Joe Rogan and them. And I did another post about Joe Rogan a while ago where they're sitting there and talking about their fucking arthritis. And I'm like, Joe fucking Rogan, can you come listen to us? Like, you're sitting there whining about your arthritis. Like, you don't fucking know about this shit? How does Joe Rogan not know about this shit?
Yeah, imagine getting him signed up under you.
We need to. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing because it's fucking awesome. No, that's not it. Wait, there.
I just and
It'll finally come apart. It's being
freak are you on?
So that's the thing that I think people don't understand in BareKnuckle is, oh, this is not a real sport. This is just a brawl. But in BareKnuckle, I feel like you have to be more accurate and precise with your punches. So if you punch them on top of the head, you're gonna break your hand.
Yeah.
So it's really science.
Speaking of your hand, can you hold up some of your hands there?
Yeah, my hands were really
This
fat
way?
a week ago.
This way too? Just like this, like down so they can see. There we go. And it was super fat when I showed it. What was it, last week? Crazy.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
Last week.
It was huge, dude.
Yeah.
My face was ballooned up too.
How many days has that been? When did I give you the box of Limitless? I think that was
like last
Monday.
About a week.
Yeah.
I mean, my recovery's been phenomenal. Everyone sees me in the gym like, hey, you heal fast. And I truly don't. I did it, but I did this time. So
yeah.
I mean, something's going on.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. How long do you think it would have taken you to heal if that wasn't the case?
At least a month, dude, I think. Because honestly, I feel like my as soon as I was taking before the fight, but as soon as I upped my doses, almost like instant results. Quickly, my face went down right away.
Yep.
My hands and just my recovery's better. You know what I mean? So
that's beautiful.
I think I'm like 3 weeks progress in a week.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it's only begun for you.
Yeah,
we're gonna start de-aging you, bro. We're gonna get you on the whole product line so you can actually see
all that.
So, well, yeah. So obviously he's going to be an Alovea pro now, and I'm pretty sure that Joel is over the moon because he's been trying to make this happen for like 12 years probably, because Joel had his brain injuries probably 12 years ago, and he thought his fighting career was over. Somebody gave him the Betalains technology, and in 2 weeks he had no brain injuries nor symptoms or signs of it. And I actually have a friend of mine who was in a truck accident probably a month ago, and it was really bad, like really, really bad. She had a really bad concussion, fucked up her spine. And obviously I overnight shipped her one of my boxes, and like a week after, she's in the gym. Like there's just so many stories. And I mean, like, only imagine how many stories there actually are, because everybody doesn't want to come on a video and share their story. There are thousands of people, probably hundreds of thousands of people out there that don't even want to share their story. So like, only all the stories we actually shared is just a fraction of what there is. So like, coming to some of these events, you actually get to hear some of the stories you wouldn't hear anywhere else. And there are even stories at these events where there is no phone allowed, because they're so extreme that if they came out, we would be game over. I mean, I've heard a story that all of us were just sitting bawling our eyes out there from a man that was dying, basically went from not having a life anymore to no more solutions, nothing more to save him. into becoming like, you see this man, he's just like fucking glowing. And not only he was also, they were about to lose their house and everything. He lost everything, lost his job, like everything. He had no money. I think they lived in their car, I don't even know. And then he was dying, to now being a multi fucking millionaire with the health of a fucking 20-year-old. Like, there's just so much more to all of these things. That's to say, like, people just have to like hear and be a part of it. And I mean, there's so much more than just feeling a little better. Like, this changes people's lives financially. This saves people, like, changes people's lives. Do you know, a lot of people, not to say that you have to do that, but even my mom asked me the other day, are you gonna adopt any of these children? And I'm like, yeah, Mom, I don't know. Maybe. Like,
That'd be pretty
sadly,
fucking cool to have the resources to put together an orphanage of some kind, you know?
yeah, I mean, that's why our next step in this whole remote viewing everything, like, and I don't know if I am technically supposed to say this on a live, but a lot of the kids we help are saved out of trafficking, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But that's not something we are supposed to talk too much about. But I'm very passionate about the child trafficking part.
I've got some
I
pretty
want
strong
to
feelings
also
on
be
that
a
too.
part of actually finding them and saving them now. And
Nice.
not only help them heal.
I love it. It's beautiful. You are a wonderful soul, Max West.
And that's why, like, with everything, I think competing and all these things is super cool. But I've realized that I am able to do much more than I probably ever would have imagined when I was younger. And like, if I have the option to save people, like children, out of trafficking and saving people out of chronic disease, or go on a prep and maybe have another crown, I mean, that choice to me is kind of simple.
Well, but why can't it be both? Because you can use winning that crown as a platform.
And to me, it cannot. I don't half-ass anything. If you prep for a world title crown, or if you prep for anything, you dedicate your life to that. That's your entire life from you.
But what I'm saying is the goal of winning it would be able to use that platform as a way to.
But I already have a crown and I have no platform. That's the problem. I already have that crown and they took all my platforms.
Well, do you think it's a problem of that organization is not as well known as like the IFBB, like the Olympia and shit like that?
I'm not going to compete in a steroid competition. I literally
Yeah.
fight medication for a living. Absolutely fucking not. But is the UFC? Yes. That's why I'm here.
There you go.
I decided that I am going to try to do this. And honestly, because I had an energy reading done on my way here, and this energy lady told me that there's a chance that you will never have a fight, she said. But you have to go where you're going, and you're going to meet people and get connections and achieve things that it will all make sense, she said. Honestly, I still have not had a fight. I also went through the 10-week of my fascia release program when I didn't train. Since I came here, I have met so many people, including yourself, that I see what she was saying now. I still would like to have a fight, but my meditations have gotten better. I have grown spiritually. I become a million times more than when I came here. Like, even ask Joel, who's like seen me. I came here in August. He's like, you're a completely different person than when you came here. And I think that is the main reason why I came here. Because again, MMA is meditation. MMA is the stepping stone to becoming better, understanding energy and frequency. And I would still love to have a fight, but I have gotten to know so many great people. I have the man that books all the fights. He's kind of a big deal. Came up to me. He's super cool. He said, Max, I want to have you on my podcast. They were here from a TV channel the other day and asked that they might want to do something on me. And I was like, maybe, and even my coach said to me one day, he's like, you're progressing really good. But he said, do you know what I think? He said, I think you're supposed to have a consultant contract with UFC to help them fucking not die. Maybe that's it. I don't know. You know, maybe I am not necessarily here to be a fighter, even though I want the skill. Maybe that's not my role here. I don't know that yet. But I'm
Well,
here.
there's no money. There's no money in fighting unless you're at the top.
But I'm not doing it for money.
I get it.
If anything, if I fight, I do it for the attention and the platform.
I get it.
Because there's
Pick
no.
your battles wisely, you know.
How much money do you think we win on these competitions we do? Compared to.
Fuck, I don't know. Probably. I mean, I would say. Well, I mean, comparing it to like Olympia level shit, like nowhere near that.
Guess how much I won for the world title?
I don't know. I mean, I want to say at least $5,000, but I feel like you're going to tell me 500.
1,500.
Yeah.
And I told you only what my dress cost me.
Yeah.
Plus.
So you're paying to compete.
So like I don't do anything for money. I didn't compete there for the money either. I do it for personal development and to grow as a person somehow, some way. And I needed to win a world title to do so, but I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove. I don't need to defend my title. If I do, it's because I see some sort of value in it, but I don't. Why do I need to defend my title? Because I remember when, like, went on the prep first last year, and my coach told me I have to defend my title, and I said, no, I don't. And then I explained to her what I did instead, and she understood. Like, she was like, I see now why you're doing this instead. Because I don't have to do shit. I have nothing to prove to anybody except myself. I needed to prove to myself that I could do that. And I did it. And maybe not. And now I need to prove to myself that I can have a fight. But that's how I feel right now. I need to prove to myself that I can have a fight.
Well, and so how does that work? Like the opportunity will present itself, or does the promoter, call around and try to set someone up for you?
The booking guy has told me he can get me a fight any day I want, but I'm not going to have a fight unless I know I'm going to win it. I don't plan to get a scratch on my face.
Right.
Absolutely fucking not.
Well, just like you did with the crown, you visualize and manifest the win.
I'm not here to look like Cody.
No, no shit. Fuck that.
Hell no. Not happening.
All right, homegirl. I'm going to probably roll. I really appreciate the invite. It's been super fun. I think you're amazing, and we'll chat soon.
Yeah. And you'll just be back again soon. Like, you need to keep sharing your progress, too. We can make a Skunk of Phil documentary about you, because you've been on since the start.
No, you guys need to carve out some time to drive out to his place when I'm in Arizona. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just go. We don't, like, if it fits and we don't have training or something that day, we'll just go.
I will be at his property at about 8 a.m. on Saturday, February 15th.
I think we can. We don't have training on weekends.
Saturday, February 15th is the date. We'll talk before then for sure.
Yes.
All right. You're awesome. You're a rock star. You're amazing. And you're whatever the Swedish word is for badass.
22, right when I looked.
Much love, girl. Talk to you soon.
Cool beans. Well, guys, that story's crazy, and I need to edit it a little shorter and post it. Obviously, we got millions of stories, and I hope you guys. Oh, no. What did I just do? Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what just happened. Okay, whatever. I clicked on something. But we have something called the Alovea Pro program. Basically, it's a sponsored athlete program, but you don't have to be an athlete necessarily to be a part of it. You can be an athlete, you can be a coach of some sort, or you can just be a person that has a network of some sort. You don't even need a big social media. Screw social media, forget social media. I'm fucking shadow banned everywhere. I don't have a big social media. I might have followers, but nobody fucking sees my shit, so. You only need to have a network, a good network of people and friends and clients, whatever the hell it is, and you can potentially apply for it, right? So it's a program where you get a bunch of free product. You also get a higher commission rate, and you can participate in our Alovea Pro trips. So we have one in the end of February to Bear Lake. I think there are a few spots left to the trip. So if somebody's interested, you can hit me up. And this Cody story is gonna fucking crush the internet. And we need to get a hold of fucking Joe Rogan. So if somebody knows Joe Rogan, fucking tell him to have a talk. Yeah. And I'm gonna tap out. And I will see you guys soon. I'm going live tomorrow, actually, with my with this girl Rebecca that has become a great friend. She was one of the people that were in my DM one day asking about Acemannan. I sent her information. She ordered product. Long story short, she had I think, a birth heart condition that apparently is gone now. Just saying. So I'm gonna let her come on and share her story tomorrow. She has a lot of autoimmune diseases. Some of it has gone away. Some of it is still not gone yet, but she's still early in the journey. But she had a heart condition that the doctor now said is not there anymore. So that's kind of cool. And also, I think she had like, I don't know how many autoimmune diseases, and she was that person that would always go on business trips and get sick. And now she went on a business trip, and she was like the only one in the company that didn't get sick. So tomorrow at I'm gonna say 6 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm gonna have her on, share her story. She hasn't been on my live yet, so I'm super stoked to have her. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys are interested in the product, you can go to nobloatclub.com, and it would look like this. That's my website. So basically, this is my own website. It has other information as well, but you see here, Acemannan, reduce cellular inflammation, pump your body full of stem cells, and DH. If you click here, boom, you come to the website. And if you guys are a little confused about the jungle of products, I actually made I'm going to show you guys. On my Rumble, Facts with Max, episode 11, Acemannan complete product walkthrough. I walked through every single product there is.
Or anything like an energy drink.
I just went
You just
through
drink it?
all of it. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about it, you can go check out that video, or you can also hit me up or send me a message. And Cheryl said, what time tomorrow? I think we decided on, let me double check here. Here. 6 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. I am going to have Rebecca on to share her story, which is fucking crazy. So I will see you guys then. And you can find me on all social media, either on Max West or Mad Maaxx West. Obviously, some of my platforms got shut down, but who the fuck cares? Rumble works, X works. My Facebook actually still is decent, I think. My Instagram is a shit show, obviously. TikTok is a shit show too. They shut down my second TikTok account. I don't even know why, but you know, it is what it is. Who cares? And I love you all. Have a good night, and I will see you soon. Mwah.